Hello. Yes, it's a great movie, Blair Witch. All right, Andrew, when you creep in, please creep in and do the shirt thing again. Show that great shirt.
Top.
Oh dear God. Yeah, that's way creepier than it should be.
Yeah,
It really is for some reason.
Oh man. Well, we're all here, and it's episode 50.
Woo!
50 years old.
And it only took us 1.5 years to get here.
Yeah.
More than halfway to beating Tale of the Veil's record, though.
Yeah, it was only 80. So
It's 80.
Was it really?
Is that 80 all
80.
in or 80 without the extras?
That's 80, like...
80 without the extras.
Okay.
I think with the extras, it's 94.
Yeah, but just like solid Tale of the Veil main storyline, it's 80. So we're already at 50. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, so I will say the first Tale of the Veil ones, not to derail us too long, but the first Tale of the Veil ones were like 5-6 hours.
I was about to say,
it was a lot more content.
I often think about how
younger
we
then.
used to go an extra like hour or two with this thing, and man, that was.
Sometimes y'all are like, can we just go for like 20 more minutes just to wrap it up? And I'm like, absolutely fucking not.
You know the trap already. You all will go for 3 hours or more.
Yeah, or it becomes that thing
No,
where.
we're all too old for that now.
Hey, speak for yourself. One of us is still in their 20s. Thank you very much.
I'm still in my 20s for 2 months.
Okay.
Toddlers.
Two of us.
Toddlers I'm working with.
Hey, watch your language. There's a child present.
What's your profanity?
Oh man. Well, Richard, it's episode 50. You're piloting this ship, so there
we
you go.
started off last time entering the wormhole. Who would like to who'd like to start us off with a recap of what happened since he got in there?
I haven't actually done one in a while, but I will defer.
Well, we went into the wormhole, and then as we were going through the wormhole, I think the first thing was that Chimera saw an echo that was very much like...
Basically.
And then after that, we were attacked by some weird long insect millipede thing.
I like the fake out of you hear a bunch of feet, and psych, it's all attached to one thing.
Yeah,
That
no,
was very
pretty
well done.
masterfully executed. But then after we killed it, I think there was another Chimera thing, and then Audra saw everybody else turn invisible for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Which I botched actually RPing, but yes, that happened.
Well, but we started getting the idea of like, something's not right here. And then finally we hear lots of footsteps of people running away from definitely a worm. So we all jumped into a river that the worm had cut through the tunnel before. And we survived that, got to the other side of the river, and then like all of us started seeing that stuff.
What's fucky is like there was no consistency in like, no, it's just in your head. It was like, no, Benny's surely hearing a voice, and then we got rolled up by some like brain in a jar with a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should mention the others first though, because Hunter was getting messages that his parent or his dad was in danger. And that turned out to be false. Well, we don't know if it's false because I don't think you got a sending back, did you?
We had Audra reach out to Poe. Was it
Yeah,
Poe?
it
or
was
Paw?
I think it was
You say
Poe.
Paw, I say Poe, you know.
Because they were like, no, everything's fine, and it was like,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Yeah, it was Paul that you reached out to.
Oh,
But I don't think we got a response, and we don't know whether or not that's because they were in danger.
No, we did.
Oh,
No,
we did?
We
Yeah,
did.
okay,
He was
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm good.
Everything's
gotcha.
cool. It's just very much like maybe it won't be. Is this a premonition? It's brain fuckery.
Yes, and then the other brain fuckery was that Anwar found a teapot, an urn, in the water of his great granddaddy something.
That is correct.
Respect the jar. Respect the jar.
And he has an unnatural closeness to it.
But like, also though, and I told him, I was like, it's really hard to like argue away, like try to get this thing away from you when you're being quite reasonable about it. Like, you're aware that it's an issue, but you're like, but it's my issue. I'm gonna hold on to it. It's like, sure. Yeah.
See, that's the danger of having really smart, intelligent characters have their minds being fucked with. Because then they're like, oh no, my mind works, so this is real. And then, finally Benny's like, oh, I hear things. And then a brain jar person attacked us.
Literally thought you were just hearing voices in your head. Did not anticipate anybody rolling up on us.
And brave Sir Benny ran away, of course. And you all valiantly defeated Brain Jar Person. Yeah. We went back up the river after everybody had calmed down with the help of Arantis, thank you. And it turns out Arantis is also having his own brain fuckery, and then we had to kill some little elvish girl thing, zombie.
Well, she started as a little elvish girl, then she was like zombie girl, then she was flame skull.
Yeah. Yes.
That was interesting. So I guess now we know a little bit more of Arantis' backstory, kinda, because she was like, you failed me and I'm dead. And he's like, yes, my bad. You're a zombie. Yeah, basically.
But then on top of all of that, finally at the very end, we saw a pirate of some sort trying to bilge his sunken ship.
Yeah.
And then right above of him, there seems to be a well of some sort, and a bucket came down.
Right. They lowered it, and Hunter got in the bucket.
That's right.
He's a tall drink of water. Right. Be delivered to whatever's up there.
Boo.
Yeah, and that's where we left off. We don't know what Hunter saw.
Right. That was a very good cliffhanger.
That is exactly where we left off.
And where Hunter lifts off.
Does anybody else have anything to add before we jump in?
I don't remember if we interacted with Pirate Boy at all.
I think so far we're kind of like, maybe if we just don't fuck with it, he won't fuck with us.
Well, but I did I asked if he needed a hand, and he was like, grab a bucket.
That's right, yeah.
And then once he jumps in the bucket, he's like, you got a bucket now.
Yeah.
You have a bucket now, come on.
Not wrong.
We're just letting that one go, I guess.
Listen, I'm sorry, Hunter, you offered. Contractually.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Hunter, when you're like holding on to the rope in the bucket, kind of, you feel you can hear some wood cranking high up above, just kind of reverberate through the cave. But you also kind of feel like some resistance. And go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Can do. Perception check. Where's my perception? I've played D&D before. I know how to press buttons.
20. All right.
Ooh, that's good.
It's hard to make out what it is, but you hear the echoes of some kind of talking coming up from up above in the opening.
Is it a language I understand, or can I like hear enough of it to kind of like, you know how if a TV's on in the other room, you can.
I would say it's not a language you understand, based off of what I know of Hunter's languages.
Cool.
Very unlikely he would know this one. But shortly after, you're gonna start to feel a little tug on the rope. Audrey, if you want to try to hear it, you still have your thing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been because it lasts for an hour, so it's definitely still up. But
I distinctly remember that.
But like, am I close enough that I could hear it? Like, is this something I ought to roll for?
You're not too much further away from Hunter. Okay. Theoretically, anyone could do a perception check to see if they could hear just because it ends up reverberating through the cave.
Okay. Here's my. Well, nope. Doesn't sound like anything to me.
No, Hunter's just especially perceptive and kind of picked up on hearing some stuff, but otherwise can't really hear stuff. So, anyways, shortly after, Hunter, you start to feel kind of a tug on the rope, and then you just kind of feel the rope like kind of vibrate a bit, as if something's interacting with it. And you look up, And there is what appears to be like kind of a monkey man in blue robes and golden hair like up high over on his chin and everything. Start like scooting down or kind of like gliding down the rope. And so you just hear that like as well as kind of feeling the rope go. So there's a guy, he's probably, we'll call it 60 feet above you right now, who is like zipping on down super fast. Anything you want to do real quick?
Occupied!
So you just yell out occupied?
Yeah, I'm gonna see where this goes. Yeah.
At first it's just like gaining speed, just like but then so everybody else eventually with your angle too, you're all gonna see this monkey man just kind of like zipping down. And is anybody else doing anything as he's approaching Hunter?
So not that this is really meta anyway. I'm presuming this is one of the what are they called, Hadozis or whatever that like Spelljammer monkey pirate is, maybe. But whatever it is this race like known to us, or would this be like the first time we've seen a monkey person?
I would say it's probably the first time you've seen a monkey person, but you've seen a lot of animal kinds of people, so like wouldn't seem completely out of left field, but still it's like, oh, never seen one of those before.
Hey, I gotta know if this is the one fucking dumb thing that Benny would remember.
Go ahead, go for it.
Oh, that's Steven! He's my friend! Oh,
well. You suddenly get a flashback to a time when this guy named PyCon was like asking for your help and like lending a hand out to you, and you ran in the other direction. It's a hazy memory. It's about all you get. But you were like, oh yeah, I remember this guy, and I remember his name. It was PyCon.
He is 100% gonna lean over to Kanira and be like, I think those things are dangerous.
And is anybody else doing anything else? This is in a matter of seconds as he's zipping down this thing.
So he's coming down the same rope that Hunter is riding.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, you go, Sid. I was just...
Oh no, it was just gonna be Whisper yelling to Hunter, like, watch out! That might, like, they're dangerous, like, just reiterating. I mean, Benny was saying he heard voices earlier, she didn't quite believe him, and then that bit her in the ass, so maybe he has some weight to those words.
Benny always tells the truth. What are you talking about?
Maybe, yeah.
Richard, just out of a precaution, if it turns into a hostile thing, I think Audra is going to fire up a shield of faith onto Hunter.
Okay.
Just to... So... Wait, Hunter, you're clearly visible in this bucket, right? You're not somehow hidden inside of it?
No. I'm kind of standing and then hand holding on to it. This is a
bucket just enough of a size that he could probably just barely fit both feet in.
Okay. I mean, hey, he's a rogue. I don't know. But I just wanted to make sure, since Shield of Faith makes him like he gets like a shimmer, I wanted to make sure it wouldn't be like he's sliding and then all of a sudden like, oh, now I see the thing under me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So, well, he's got a Shield of Faith.
He's got a Shield of Faith.
And about 10 feet above Hunter, he's kind of the monkey man is gonna finally like squeeze onto the rope and slow down and like wrap his legs around it, and then he's gonna stop about 10 feet above Hunter, and he's gonna look down at all of you. And let me give you a little picture. He's gonna be an extra big size just so you can get a better look at him, but he's roughly 5 feet tall, and Hunter, you get a good whiff of him. He smells like fur. He's got a strong stench to him.
Oh, there we go.
It is a Hadozi.
Oh, cool.
And
that's
is
cool.
that from that Dark Souls monkey game out of China?
That's for sure Sun Wukong, the new game coming out.
With outfit that looks just like clouds, pretty much.
Oh god.
Oh wow, you're right.
Yeah, I got the shoulder thing with the bolt sticking out and everything. So I don't know if this is
it's
a match.
kind of a cloud stance too.
Wow.
Yeah.
All of my elementary school DBZ and Final Fantasy VII fanfic that's like right there.
Yeah, it's all.
Well, guys, it's the plot of the game. They're overthrowing the Banana Republic of Midgard.
Oh, come on!
So in any case, yep, he zips down and he looks over at all of you guys, and he's gonna at first kind of gleam at you all, and then say, "You're all nearly all living."
Yeah, for now.
That's in common.
Good answer.
That is in common. Yep. You made it this far on your own, or have you lost some along the way?
We're all still alive, right? Everyone's sound off. Are we all? Everyone here still?
We've actually been
Pretty
doing
sure.
like really good down here. Like
Yeah, surprisingly.
How long have you been down here?
not long. I don't
Now we
think.
kind of just got
2
here, found the
hours.
bucket. Oh, down in the cave part, or like here in the bubble?
In the bubble.
Okay, yeah, a couple hours sounds right.
We've been at Castle Hill a few hours. Our other friend here has been around. She's looking at Benny. Longer.
Do you recognize him, by the way?
How funny. He's like, you're all here, but we actually acquired one. Like, look at us.
Y'all lost people, we gained people.
Benny, go ahead and roll insight for me as he looks at you.
Oh.
I
see that mod. That's unfortunate.
And say, looks familiar, but there have been so many. Benny, with that insight of 10, you're not sure if you believe him or not.
Okay. He's gonna go along with it. Yes, there are many people outside of these walls.
Yes. So you have really made it here all on your own this far.
Yeah.
Just a small lot of you.
They're very powerful.
Yeah, we
You're
kind of kick
very
ass.
powerful and very lucky.
Oh man, little Tom B.
Yeah, luck is kind of my superpower.
It's the opposite of mine.
He's gonna look concerned
Actually, her
and
superpower.
almost down for a second and say, "Forgive me for doing this, but I need to know which." And he's going to just close his eyes and just start.
What?
Looks like he's focusing in really intently. Sorry.
Insight.
It looks like you're in the middle of something.
I feel like not gonna throw it, but I would like to ready to just like eat the shield. Like if something weird happens, I'm throwing it up at it.
Well, something weird does start to happen as he's kind of holding his eyes closed and gripping real tight. You can even like feel the tension in the rope, Hunter, as he's doing this. The water all around you starts to chill and then begins to freeze, and then it's just you start to see like a layer of ice just sheet over the top. And in a section near the boat, there's still kind of like a hole where there's water, but like at basically like a staircase made of ice. Out comes this old blue hag with white hair and all sorts of warts and stuff in a cloak and like a really nasty, gnarly, twisted looking stick. Starts walking up out of the waters. And he's like, "I'm so sorry. I hope if you make it and you're worthy, we can be friends." And he starts climbing up the thing.
You bastard!
You're dangerous!
Dang it, PodCon!
Using tongues, I yell out in whatever language he's supposed to hear it in. That was really not cool.
Actually, I don't think it lets you speak in every language, just understand every language.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought if you were the one who had it, they could also understand you. Maybe.
Oh,
it's
just
just yeah. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily that I'm saying it in his language, but just
yeah, but that he understands you. In any case, so let's get some things in order here. So let's bring him down to size. We'll just put him one above Hunter, but just imagine he's climbing back up, but I'm not going to give him the chance to get far because we're going into initiative here. And then once again, I'll make this bigger just so you can get a nice little look at her because she's all pretty and terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then,
I like her dress.
Did you say you like her dress?
Yeah.
Stop trying to suck up to the enemy.
If
That
you
dress
like
looks
my
like it's got
fashion
pockets,
sense,
girl.
you can roll with advantage.
Yep. So let's just stick her. Yeah, she kind of like crawled up almost through the water, through the Actually,
How's
put her coming from the deepest area. We'll put her down from like over here.
how's Pirate Man react to that?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it froze over, is he just like I'm done?
Pirate Man, as the water begins to freeze over, yeah, he's basically just gonna hop up onto the thing. I can see if I can find a little pirate thing quick.
I can drop you a
Hope
stick
he just
figure.
starts to try to like steer it, but it's just not going anywhere. Also, when you get a chance, can you like draw out what is frozen?
I'm just the entire water area is frozen.
Oh, okay.
Dude, what did he cast? That monkey
Right?
man has some magic.
He's dangerous. Or both. Well, he summoned
Yeah.
her, so
Yeah, he summoned her. I think she's the one that probably did the fun ice magic on her arrival because it also like left a hole for her to emerge out of, all convenient and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Alrighty.
And
so
Andrew, remember you are Shield of Faithed.
Alrighty, let's get some initiative going, because, yeah, you suddenly see this hag coming out of the water, and she's looking at all you guys.
that advantage initiative is so good.
Oh, gosh, oh no, there's already people in the turn order. I didn't see that before. Do this again.
Well, sometimes, so if we're rolling from like a sheet and we have the character selected, it'll automatically add us to the turn order.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there are a bunch of people already in the turn order.
Might just be from the last fight, too.
That's true.
Yeah, because I already saw people in there multiple times.
With how many times you guys have fought him, do you have creepy hag combat music yet?
I usually go with the Bloodborne, but I feel like mixing it up this time.
Oh, that was Arantis that got 20.
Maybe he'll actually want to punch something now.
I pick up the flaming skull, throw it at the ice witch. It's super effective.
Pokemon rules.
Hunter was 16.
It's super effective.
I just want the sound effect to play.
Man, now I have Pokemon Stadium's like right over there.
It's a good one. Do you still have an N64?
Yep, it's also right down there.
Nice.
I got
Benny was
just before I moved out on my own, whenever that was, a decade ago or whatever. My mom got she found like a nice refurbed N64 at like a flea market. So it's still in like great working order.
I'm very jealous.
The cartridges are all like of the era, so but Mario 64, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong 64 with the pack, and Zelda. I got all the good stuff, which is great.
Yeah, with some of the games, it's like they've been released so many times, like Mario 64 and all that. But like
Then it's
the
fine.
Pokemon games have never been re-released, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there's something about Pokemon Stadium, man. Like seeing them like to scale as a kid was the coolest thing.
Also, because you have it in a legit N64, you can always get that thing that'll let you plug in carts.
Oh yeah. Oh, believe me, I've done a lot of like, here's proof I own this game. Now let me boot up my PC and make it look nicer.
But I mean, like, you could trade between red and blue if you wanted to.
That's true.
Alrighty, so we're gonna start on round 20, or I guess start top of the turn order. So beginning this, when all the ice starts to freeze over, and she kind of walks up and starts looking at all of you. She looks so hideous and terrifying, and might even trigger flashbacks to another hag that you've dealt with before. I'm gonna need you all to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
I just want you to know, Richard, that just timed
Did
out.
we get +5?
Whoever's in Benny's aura, so it looks like Anwar, Arantis, Chimera.
Darn. Well, now hold on. If Richard, I'm not trying to fudge just to get closer to Benny's aura, but if I was close enough to throw the shield on Hunter, I would have been more like here. Yay or nay?
Okay.
Is that
That
fair?
is fair.
That's fine.
And you said
Okay.
+3, +4.
+4.
Oh, in
Okay.
that case, it's 17.
I'm up in the air. Do I have to roll it?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, mine already includes the +4, so that's not great.
Ooh.
Yeah, mine.
Everybody who's looking at her.
Oh, wait a minute. That's
Or I guess everybody who'd be in her presence there, yeah. Oh, actually, I need a roll for him too, for Monkey Man.
Monkey
Okay.
man.
also Richard. It's actually 15 for me. Sorry, not. Yeah, not. It might not help, but it's 15, not
Okay.
11. Sorry.
It being 15 absolutely will help.
Good.
Because anybody with less than a 15 is frightened of.
Fucking...
Oh,
God
buddy.
damn it.
Oh,
what?
buddy.
Yeah, so she is freaking terrifying as she comes out, and like not only does like the ice start to chill, you get a cold breeze start heading your way, and you're just filled with a sense of dread that this is some pure evil coming up out of the water right now. While frightened in this way, you are incapacitated, you can't understand what others say, can't read, and you only speak in gibberish. That is how afraid you are.
Just say you can't read.
Standard Benny.
So Arantis is like just reading his novel, like, what's happening?
lastly, the DM controls the creature's movement, which is erratic. So, it's like, ah! So, anyways, that's how we're starting those turns. So, who did save? You get a chance to
Everyone else,
reroll
right?
at the end of every turn.
Anwar saved.
Anwar saved, Chimera saved, and Audra just barely saved?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
at 15.
Okay. All right. So, starting with Arantis, who did not save.
Oh, no.
So, Arantis, he is going to, like, back up into this corner. He's seen a lot of undead things before, but something triggers in him, and I'll give it to you for flavor, even though your PCs won't know. He gets triggered to a lot of the source of these undead things in the past had to do with hags, and he is terrified that he's now up in face with someone that seems to have an incredible amount of magical energy. And if he had poop, he would poop his pants.
A little bit like some oil, maybe.
Just a little bit of oil.
It's like myconium.
All right, so that's him. Chimera, what do you do?
I said that I had my shield ready to throw at that guy, but I would very much like to try and redirect it to the hag, please. But also, I'd like to Hunter's Mark the bitch. Can I make it? Whee. Okay.
Yep. And theoretically, you can go out onto the ice too. There's a slippery factor, but you can go out into the ice if you wanted to. It's definitely thick enough to walk on.
It was rough terrain.
Oh, I have a freedom of movement thing though. I think for my ring. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, ring of free action. Difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement. But my shield was ready, so I'm gonna throw the shield.
Alrighty.
1d20, not 1d120.
Oh.
We're gonna luck that. Thank you. Goodbye.
How many luck points you got left after all this?
I've only used one
Nice.
since we've been down here.
That's
So
a
it
good
was
time
all
to use
skill,
another one.
actually.
Maybe.
Oh.
Jeez.
Maybe you're terrified too, because
I'd like to roll again.
Alright.
This is my fucking shield. It needs to come back.
Has Chimera ever looked into the multiverse and seen the exact same timeline before?
It has happened before.
She has now. Fuck.
It's a Nexus event. You must miss your shield.
Now we have 0 luck points.
Oh,
But
no.
Yeah, you have to use all of your energy to focus on various timelines to get to the point where you can find one that hits. The rest, there's just stuff is bouncing off all over the place and like getting lodged beneath the ice. It like cuts through the ice and it's stuck underwater. Like some really bad stuff happens, but you managed to find one where you managed to get a hit on her. Go ahead, roll damage on that. Damn!
Nice.
You'll roll well on the damage though. Yeah, she gets knocked back like 5 feet in the ice, getting hit by that.
I hated everything about that turn.
Anything else you do?
Nope, that's a bonus action. No, we'll call it there.
Okay. Alrighty. She is going to take her staff,
Oh shit, she's
stick it between her legs, and just start flying up as if on a broom.
Nope. 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 Nope.
But wait, that means you can take the broom flying from her.
Oh yeah.
Loot.
So she's gonna fly up, we'll say about 35 feet up in the air at this point, and then she's going to look down at all of you and cast a she's going to cast Ice Storm. So all sorts of hail and other stuff is going to be just kind of like ascending up from the ceiling of the cave and just start shooting down as if coming down from clouds. And
We're actually just fighting future rain.
yeah.
That's my favorite Prince song.
What this is 20-foot radius.
Oh god, I love it.
Basically going to hit everybody.
Are you sure it's not just a 5-foot cone right in front of her?
Technically, I have full cover because there's the monkey dude above me.
I think you're out of it.
You're
just
not getting
barely.
targeted here anyway. She's going for the big block of people.
Gotcha.
So everybody who's down here needs to make a dex saving throw, please.
Oh no, Benny, it's all throws, right?
It's all saves, but good luck.
Thanks. That was a real confidence booster.
I'm going after myself. Oh, never mind. I didn't need it.
It was on a 17, and then it went, nope. I hope you like the cold.
Oh. Anwar hates the cold.
Yeah. So
Are
know
you
what fire
vulnerable?
Genasi don't like? No, not vulnerable,
Okay.
but I mean, close.
That would be a certain level of sadism by the developers. Making
Hey,
you vulnerable.
It's this race that's basically a worse tiefling. Well, they also have a vulnerability.
Dash was actually vulnerable to cold, being a genie, but he wore boots of the hinterlands to even it out.
Okay, Chimera, Anwar, and Audra. Not Arantis or Benny. Let's see. So yeah, Chimera, Anwar, and Audra. You take 15 bludgeoning damage from the hail. along with 13 cold damage.
Okay.
Arantis and Benny will take half of that.
Okay, so that's 13 and 15, you said?
15 of the bludgeoning, followed by 13 of the cold.
Okay, so 28.
Ryan, I just want to let you know, the healing that's in the ring might need to come out during this fight, because I don't have that much magic left.
Okay. Well, there's only one healing spell in there.
I know. I'm just saying.
And it's a healing word.
I know. I'm just saying we may also need that. Just a heads up.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, that is her. Hunter.
Yeah.
You luckily were not involved in any of that. What do you do? While you're in the bucket.
I am feared. I am scared.
The bucket's maybe like 2 feet off the ice. So
really?
you're still dangling in the air a little bit.
Oh, I thought we'd lift it up more.
No, you didn't lift up very much. Once you grabbed onto it, it stopped.
Oh. Well, so I can attack, but it would be at disadvantage. What conditions? Again?
Oh, are you fearful right now?
Yeah, I did not pass that wisdom save.
Give me something as you're trying to fight through your fears. Right now, you're incapacitated. You can't understand what others say. You can't read, and you speak only in gibberish. As far as movement, the DM controls how you move, so I'm just gonna roll a d8, I guess. Okay. Unfortunately, you're in the bucket, so there's really only one place for you to go, and that's like, as you're just scared shitless, you go in the opposite direction. You kind of like jump down, and I will say, even though you're incapacitated, I will allow you to make a acrobatics check to see if you can at least land without slamming down onto the thing going prone. I'll give it to you because you're only like 2 feet off the ground. So yeah, you like jump out, you slide around a bit, but you're just freaking out, going crazy right now. Inside your head, you immediately are getting all sorts of flashbacks to Leshe and the worst that happened there. You're even like, let's say you're back inside your blood palace, and Leshe is turning blue, and she's starting to say like, "You're mine again." What do you do to try to fight that as you do a wisdom saving throw?
In my brain or on the
inside your brain? What are you doing role play wise? Because mechanically, the only thing you're doing is doing a wisdom save at the end of your turn.
Oh man. I think I'm trying to summon Ronin again, and focusing on my Warlock Pact.
Okay. Go ahead and roll wisdom save, please. I don't know.
See y'all next round.
Can't help that.
Yeah.
Anwar.
Yes. Okay. So I was not afraid, surprisingly, of her. So I can hopefully do some damage. Though she is, you said 35 feet up in the air?
Yep. Yeah, she's on her little flying broomstick thing.
Ugh, don't like that. Not a huge fan. You say it was tough terrain on this here?
I'm gonna treat it more as like an acrobatics thing to keep your balance as you're going through. If anything, it's more like a Mario or Crash game, or once you're on the ice, you like have a chance to. You could maybe even go even a little faster or farther. The question is, can you like keep your footing, not fall on your tushy?
I'll get to the edge here. So if she's 35 feet in the air, it's going to be a disadvantage, but that's kind of all I got right now. Or I guess I could just do lightning attacks at her. I really like to get her on the ground, but I have a feeling that fire, she might not be a huge fan of fire. So Anwar's going to conjure an amount of produce flame. and he's gonna Mario Fireball this lady. So this will be at disadvantage because she is out of range.
Okay.
And I see a natural 1 in there, so...
Ooh.
But if it hits the ice, that could still be useful, right?
I don't know about that.
Sydney.
I don't think I could do anything about it.
Oh, are you not close enough to him?
I don't know. I'm checking it real quick.
I thought it was like 30 feet.
It might be 30 feet.
I thought you were out of luck.
I am out of luck.
Well,
Is
yeah,
this-
I don't think
Bounce
it.
pull up is a separate thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I didn't realize that.
spatial.
He basically has a reflavoring of the halfling feet bounce for luck.
Oh.
Where are you? God dang.
Either way, you'd be within 30 feet, right?
Yeah, I just want to like. I'm gonna say I'm gonna take care of it, but I would very much like to verify. I'm trying to find it now. Relentless Endurance, Lucky, Orcish Fury. I can't fucking find this thing, y'all. Oh my god.
Would it be a class feature?
Well, it's like a reaction, but it's not under reaction. Hold on.
No, that might just be because it's not listed as an attack.
Yeah. Bountiful
Right.
Pity. Bountiful Luck Feet. 30 feet. Yep.
Great.
Hit it.
Not much better. So it goes wide.
Not sure. Now you shoot off, and at the very least, you avoid a timeline where it completely misfire, like jams up and breaks your thing. But you shoot off, and it still kind of has way more kick than you were expecting. Still malfunctioned a little bit, and just goes way wide, and it's a cave wall.
I am going to use the ring of spell storing. It looks like a healing word ×2. So I'm going to go ahead and give that to Audra.
As in level
So-
2, yeah.
Yeah, 2d4 plus, what we say, 3?
Yeah, it's my mod. Should be my mod.
So
I'll take it.
8.
Not bad for a
And-
healing word.
Thank you.
And I'm going to kind of scoot on over here. No, I'm going to stay kind of close to Hunter, see if I can help him out.
Audra, you are filled with all that dread of when you put the needle in your
Mhm.
body, and like suddenly everything is going to dark,
Yup.
and the only thing you see light up in color are her beady blue eyes. And
Wait,
you are
I s-
terrified currently.
Oh,
What are
I
you
saved
doing
this.
as
I
I'm gonna roll a
saved.
D8
Is this a
direction.
different thing going on? I saved Richard.
You did save?
Yeah,
thought you
yeah, I
didn't.
got a
You
15.
got a 15 just barely.
Oh, right. You just barely. Okay, then never mind.
I
Audra.
was sitting here like, wait,
We'll steal
what?
those
She's
things.
doing it
We'll
again?
steal those as we fight through it.
Yeah.
They-
And what are you doing on your turn?
But I definitely felt all those same things. I just, well, first of all, here's a con save for, all right, you still have a Shield of Faith, Hunter. Weirdly, that is a, I mean, I guess not weirdly, that makes sense that it's a con. So you still have that. Yay, Warcaster. Richard, what do we say the action cost is for switching weapons? Because I want to go to my crossbow.
I think it's a bonus action.
Okay.
Unless you're just like dropping it real quick.
She would not just drop her sword, so we can call it bonus action. That's fair.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire my crossbow at witch lady in the sky.
Okay.
Let's see here. Not as well. Okay, that just
Nope, that
it just
completely whiffs. She just does
Yep.
like it's like a quick dodge, kind of backs it out of the way, and then comes back and just
Yep.
laughs at you maniacally.
that's gonna be it for now. I think I'm gonna have to keep the crossbow out for this fight. So
Just gonna hear Pycon be like, "I'm so sorry," as he continues climbing up to the point where you really have a hard time seeing him. Like, if you survive this, please, I'll be back. And he's gone. Benny, sorry, did you fail this or not?
Oh yeah, he failed.
Okay, so yeah, Benny, maybe you would know best all the terrors and fears that fill you. Is there anything you want to give RP-wise of what's going on in his head as he's trying to fight off and give a wisdom saving throw?
Think it's funny because his memory is terrible. So I think outwardly, Benny is just still Benny, and he might not appear to be affected, but he's definitely like, oh no, we are going to die! This is where it ends!
That's what he's saying in his head, but to everybody else, it's
he's just saying it. He's just screaming. Oh, that's right, it's incoherent. So
wait,
I guess...
Do I understand him with tongues?
No.
So I guess what you guys hear is...
It's not a language, it's just babble. So even in tongues, you're like, I don't know what he's saying.
Also, Artem, I'm sorry, but I'm now hearing Gru in Benny. So from Despicable Me, so I want you to know that's what I'm hearing now.
All right.
So Benny, what's your role?
What am I rolling for here?
Wisdom saving throw. See if you can get out of it.
Gotcha. I don't have a terrible one, so I'd like this to work, but...
There you go, you're out of it now.
Okay.
You're out of it, and you notice that Hunter and Arantis are still very much in it.
Okay.
This guy is babbling, like... He's like just trying to search for his bucket, and unfortunately it's beneath the ice. He's like... And he seems like he's going crazy.
Oh, the poor dude.
Arantis, yeah, I guess I need another wisdom saving throw for him to see if he can break out of it. He's still having these flashbacks to some other hag that we don't fully know.
That shouldn't have been a disadvantage.
Disadvantage 4, but it's +4, right? Because of...
Yeah, it's +3 for him, so...
Oh, he has a -1?
He's got a 16 wisdom.
No, he means he has a +3 normally and a +4 on top of it, but he wasn't supposed to roll at disadvantage.
Right. So either way, he passed it.
Yep. So yeah, so he finally breaks out of it at that point, and he's just kind of recalibrating and getting ready to get back into this thing. Chimera, what do you do?
Have nothing I can do because she's flying still, right?
Yep.
That bitch. I guess for the first time in a really long time, I'm gonna go ahead and use Second Wind to heal myself a little bit.
Okay.
Great.
Nice.
Okay, cool. I don't have shit. I have a throwing axe, I guess, or a hand axe that I could probably try to yeet up there. Let's do that. Sure.
All right. That's probably a disadvantage given the range.
Yeah, you're correct on that one. Ooh, buddy. Nice.
You yeet it, and it's just kind of off to the left a bit.
God damn it.
She's just playing a bullet hell up there on her broom.
Like, that's the thing. Like, people up in the air, like, I can't even put my echo up there unless it's like I'm gonna summon her on top of her broom and she's also on the broom. But that's not correct.
Sid, please do that.
Maybe next turn, because I did just use my bonus. Shit. No, we're not gonna step out there. We'll stay there. No, we're not. Yes, that's it. I'm uncomfortable. I hate it. Go ahead.
So she's going to kind of fly over people, and much like a dragon flies by with its breath weapon, she is going to fly by with a cone of cold across. It's going to hit Anwar, Audra, Benny, and Arantis. I need con saves from all of you as she flies up overhead and starting to round the corner a bit.
Okay.
What deck save you said?
Con save this time.
Con save. Okay.
You're a +4, Artem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Was Arantis in this as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, come on! It was a 19!
Do it again. Or I did it last on... Nope, it hasn't been a full round.
Yeah, it has. You just won.
But it's from when Anwar went and I did it? Or is it like
no, but it
top of the
restocks
round?
on your turn.
Oh, then yeah, go ahead and roll
I can
again,
do it again?
darling. Yeah, hit it.
Okay. What is that from?
My bountiful pity.
Okay. Oh. Just needing that 15 again. Oof.
It's not a 1.
It's a 15, and that's your DC, so that's all right. Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
dear.
Shield Mom.
I can't do anything else. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Where are you run?
To the beefcake store.
Okay, so let's see. Everybody that got 14 or higher saves. Let's see now. So that started with Anwar saves. Benny does not. Audra will this time, and Arantis does.
I did last time too.
So is it only
Keep
Benny
negging
that
me.
failed?
Only Benny failed.
Benny, you take the full 34 cold damage. Everybody else 17 cold damage.
Oh, related, Richard. I don't see any of Benny's bars.
All right.
I just now realized.
I am going to actually use my. Sorry, Hunter. This is a lot. I'm going to use Flash of Genius, which, if you got a 9, should bring it up to a 14. Which you said 14 passes.
Yep.
So Anwar's going to see like everyone kind of taking it, except for Benny, and he's just going to like shoot a gout of flame like right at his feet to kind of help him deal with like the ice as it's starting to encompass his legs.
I'll
Right,
take it.
So an extra +5.
Whew.
Hunter, you continue to just kind of start to just kind of shimmy on the ice, kind of skin a bit. You're just kind of babbling around. You start kind of like going over towards the ship and kind of like putting your hand up on the ship. Anything internally you want to do while you give a wisdom saving throw?
I think he's like hiding in hallways. Like, it's kind of that situation. It's very much that, what was that, PT? Where it's like, you like go down the corridor and you turn and like it's the same corridor and it's doing fucked up shit like that.
Yep.
And you just hear the cackles and stuff and
Oh. No one has anything.
This is great. This is awesome. This is great.
Man.
Do I have anything?
You bet you don't have 2 flashes of geniuses.
I couldn't use 2 reactions anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was that or
Oh yeah.
basically lose Benny.
Yeah, I get you.
I would have had 12 HP.
Yeah.
Hey, same.
Real,
I do.
it's real close to comfort.
Yeah, I was trying to see if
I don't mean to take people out of fights. I feel bad.
Hey man, it's a
part of the
it's an
game.
encounter. It's how it goes.
Anwar, you're up.
How high is she still?
She's still 5 feet up. She just kind of went over, did a flyby past you.
All right. Well, so much for the firing of fire at her. She's basically out of range for everything. So he's just going to go back to his lightning launcher, and he's going to kind of pivot around here and take cover behind this rock formation and take 2 shots.
All right.
They will not be at a disadvantage.
Right.
So the lightning launcher. $16 to hit.
16 just barely misses, unfortunately. 23 will hit.
17. She got some breastplate underneath those rags.
Natural armor is what it says.
All right, then that's a total of 15 lightning damage to her.
Ooh, that is a powerful shot at her. She's pretty strong, but she's also a mage, so she ain't the beefiest, but at the same time, she's pretty damn powerful hag. Alrighty. So yeah, that's a you hear her scream out and kind of lose track of her thing for a second. That was a solid hit. Anything else on Mar?
Nope, that's all I got.
All right, Audra, you're up.
Okay, first, we're going to go over here, and we're going to heal Anwar, because he's nearby and low on HP. So, here is my level 4 spell for you. You get 19 HP back.
Okay.
And, so yeah, she's run over, like, tap you on the shoulder. She's looking pretty tired right now, and just like, if she kills me, fortunately, it's going to take a little extra since I have that ward. And then I'm going to use my bonus invisibility and reposition to right about there. And I am invisible.
Alrighty. If anybody is anybody looking up at Monkey Man to figure out what the hell he's doing, or is nobody's bothering to look?
A little preoccupied.
My hands are full.
I'm looking the opposite direction.
Alright. Then we're gonna go over to Benny.
Well, I was going to heal Audra, but she went invisible, and that doesn't seem right. Alright.
It's only to my next turn, at least.
Yeah, I think Benny would move in closer with the people. You said she's 30 feet up?
35 feet up.
35 feet. Where is she? Oh my god, she's so far.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Do I try it? Fuck it. I'm not going to be able to hit her with anything. So Benny is going to move just a little bit closer. And we're going to try this. He's going to cast Command on her.
Okay.
DC 16 Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
I did not cast it at 3rd level. I cast it at 1st, but...
Alright. 16, you say?
Yes.
She fails.
And I tell her, drop the fucking broom.
Good.
Is that on her turn or as a reaction?
Let me see. You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. Target must succeed. Follow the command on its next turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So drop the broom.
Alrighty.
Okay, so that was his action. I don't think I have any bonus actions at this point. Let me just make sure. Bonus actions. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's just going to be like, ah, I did it! Oh no, I'm the closest, oh god! And he's gonna run back here.
Alrighty. Is that it for Benny?
I think so.
Alright. Bucket Man is he's just wallowing around. Pretty useless. Arantis.
So she dropped, right? Is that what's happening?
It's on her turn, unfortunately.
If you want to hold an action, you can do that, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so he's gonna move right to where she's gonna drop, like a vindictive robot would, just like waiting for her to come down to him, like in a video game where it's like they can't reach you. So the second she hits the ground, he's just gonna start like Donkey Kong pounding.
I'm getting like PS2 era like goons just
in the wind. Yeah. So he's gonna run over and he's gonna hold his turn, and the second she drops, he's gonna bring his fist down on her. So.
All right. Chimera.
Same. We're gonna move. Sick.
All right, so if you're like sliding like that, I'm gonna need acrobatics.
I have the ring of free movement, or like it.
And then there you go. You slide along that gracefully.
Yeah. Can I do a bonus action but hold my action? Is that a thing?
You can do a bonus action and you can hold an action. You can't hold a bonus action.
Right. But I can like bring up my echo and then save my like flurry attack bullshit for when she hits the ground.
Yes, you can save an action. I don't know what the ruling is on if you can like save an action surge, but I guess I don't know why not.
Or not my action surge, but like, hey, I'm going to attack.
Okay.
Like,
I guess you can put your echo wherever you want.
Yeah, we'll put her there. There you go, Arantis, buddy. But also, we gotta keep tabs on that fucking echo because she might change her mind. But yeah, we're gonna hold action until she comes the fuck down.
Oh, I've never actually read this rule, but now I have. Apparently, you can do movement, you can do bonus action. Readying your action burns your reaction.
Oh.
Okay. I think that sounds right.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
You're using it as a reaction. If this happens, I do this.
I never knew that. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I also feel like almost like naturally you're going to, like, that's not going to be much of a conflict because usually it's a pretty quick trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
so yeah, she's kind of flying around and then suddenly she's like, just like she doesn't even want to, but her hands just let go. And then the broom like keeps on going a ways and then she just falls down landing right in front, like you all are ready for it as she hits the ground. And let's say the broom, is it all right if I just use the sister blade for this for a second?
No.
We'll say the broom goes over and like hits the ship and just kind of lands on the ice right over here.
It's like a Crash Bandicoot death.
Yeah. All right, so anybody who held an action, now you can use a reaction to go for it.
Yeah.
Can we get a roll to see if she lands on her feet? Fell 35 feet, right?
Fair enough. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's true.
fall damage.
We take damage.
Also
and
fall damage.
Does she use her action to drop, or I guess she just drops? That's a free action. So I guess
believe she uses her action.
Can you read it?
Yeah. Let me. Target must follow the command on its next turn. I guess. Yeah. It technically doesn't say what it.
It says you said drop, right?
Yeah.
Target drops whatever it is holding and ends its turn.
And ends its turn.
Try to like use her ice abilities to like keep her from going down. But that doesn't really work. And so she's gonna take 3d6 fall damage. Ooh, take a total of 12 fall damage.
Break her hip. Break her hip.
Did she land
prone? I'd say it wasn't a bad enough roll that she falls prone. Even if it was, she could use her move speed to get back up.
Well, she drops and ends her turn. I don't think she gets her move speed.
Yeah, it does specifically say she ends her turn.
That's what I was saying, if she rolled a good enough athletics or acrobatics to land on her feet or not.
Oh, yeah, I'd say that she takes some fall damage, like it's gonna hurt her legs doing it, but she got a 10, so that's kind of average. So yeah, that's why I say like she's gonna take the full damage, but she's not gonna be prone.
Then Aberrant is still gonna take 2 unarmed strike hits at her.
She's not in commercial.
+1 for being across the echo.
So his unarmed, I think they're D8s, as I understand it.
Right.
So
he's got the unarmed fighting style.
Oh, I love that they added that.
It was pretty cool. The underwater one's weird though.
So is she using concentration to like keep the fear effect going, or is that just something? Is that my problem now?
That's just your problem now. That's
all right.
Yeah.
I was rooting for you there. I was like, that's a real good
That's
question.
the thing she does.
And you said 15. 15 does not hit. So
No.
I think it's only going to be one hit then. And...
Yeah, he like punches down at her, and one of them like hits her shoulder, and it's like doesn't even flinch. Like she's for a scraggly old woman, she's got some beef to her.
Then yeah, she takes this much. Takes 9 Arantis damage.
Still hurts. Yep, that one hit that he gets her like right in like kidney punch, that hurts. Alrighty,
I'm
that
gonna.
is her turn.
I hate this bitch for flying, so I'm just gonna let it all go here.
Hunter, I'm gonna see something. I'm gonna say the DM controls where you go. I'm gonna be a merciful DM and say that you're kind of like, at first you're holding up yourself, you're kind of looking all around. She's over that direction, and Benny's over that direction, and there's something about Benny that gives good feels, and so you're gonna start to move over that way with your quick speed, and you just kind of like collapse right in his aura.
Sweet.
DM controls your movement. So I'm giving it. It's erratic, but there's a reason for it, so you can get it plus 4.
Okay, so 18.
Yep.
So Hunter's he's like running through the halls in his mind, but he hears the wails from this hag, and it's turning into like pained wails, and that kind of washes away some of Hunter's fear, and he finally fucking breaks through this. Oh.
Yep. So you do that, Hunter. Unfortunately, that is the rest of your turn.
Yeah.
But,
Can I throw out the rest of my held action?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. I was like, I'm gonna stop rolling just to like not make shit like confusing, but so Chimera attacks twice. We're gonna use Unleash Incarnation, so Echo also gets to attack.
Okay.
So the first one was 19, 23, 21.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits.
2d8 plus 1d10
I'm gonna say the first, like, you take 2 swings at her as Chimera Prime, and one of them she does that nifty new little Darth Vader trick where he just like holds out the hand. Like she's just gonna hold out a hand and you like can't get the blade, but then you quickly go around, and she doesn't have enough concentration to do that twice. So part of her natural armor, I'm now saying, is psychic.
Okay, so we'll do 1d8, 1d10.
Also, that seems terrifying.
12. 28.
That's all from one hit?
That was 2. You said one of them got taken out?
Only one of those hits.
Oh, hold on. So they're at advantage. So I've got, the first one was 19.
Oh, I'm seeing, sorry. Oh, I see. Because Hunter's, okay. So yeah, okay, there's 2 hits still. Okay, yeah, so that's 28 damage. All right,
so then that's 2. And then with the last one hit, 21.
So yeah, those 2 hits slice her up real good.
Okay.
And you're definitely seeing like, there should be blood coming out, but instead, it's like white slushy kind of blood. It's just bits of ice kind of falling out everywhere as you're chopping her to bits.
Would I be able to use my action surge?
You can do that.
Fuck yeah.
I don't see a reason why you can't.
I mean, it doesn't say that it's a bonus action. It just says you take 1 additional action on your turn. And I can use it once per short rest.
Yep.
So here's attack number 1 from Chimera. fuck. That's 19. Attack number 2 from Chimera. That hits. And then Echo, because I'm going to do Unleash Incarnation again. Because I don't like this bitch. Tight.
Go ahead, roll damage for 3 additional hits. Jeez.
Sword mom. Sword mom.
God damn. What's that number again? 6. Oop, that's a D20. My bad. That's supposed to be a D10.
Oh.
God dang it! I did it again.
I mean, I like the idea of you
10.
obliterating this witch, though.
Okay, so that's an 8. So then it's 10, 18, plus 18. 36.
All right, 36 damage. Describe how you, especially with all those other wailings too, full action surge with Echo. Describe how you obliterate this woman with tons of sword thrusts.
It's done with kind of a distinct panic. Those first 2 attempts with the shield didn't work. She saw endings that shouldn't have been, and at the same time there wasn't a whole lot of possibility there, so it was just frantic swings and hits, and then when she like finally looks like she was staggering down, it's just one good like thrust down with the sword.
And finally, with that one last thrust, she just completely melts into water and splashes down onto the water. All of the icy water itself melts like instantly and goes back into water. The staff that was sitting on the ice that had been dropped, it just basically turns into a splash of water and splashes down in the water too. Like basically her entire essence, everything, any trace that she was there, just gone, and now there's just a bit of ripple waves in reaction to the water. And with that, let's take a bathroom break, and then we'll go into the second part. I'm so sorry, Andrew. I feel bad that took you the whole thing.
Yeah,
but you also took like no damage.
I didn't take any
damage.
damage.
Too.
No.
Hunter's the hero for the next chapter.
All right, break screen.
You want to trade?
Break screen is up. Be back in a moment.
I'll be back.
And there we are. Actually, the before the battle started, or I guess it was when the battle started, the witch music that you picked out, Ryan, it was perfect because like Richard's like, okay, she does a whatever attack, and then the music just goes like it literally screamed like when she did the attack. It was perfect. Nice. Anyway, we're back.
Anyway, so yeah, everything kind of goes back to normal. The temperature rises again to where it's kind of this you kind of start feeling this still air again. Everything feels like it's relative. It's a little bit cool, but overall relatively like not too bad anymore. Especially, it probably feels quite a bit warm after you were just like really cold for a minute there. And shortly after, coming down the rope once more is Pycon, the monkey man. And he's just gonna look at you all and say, I am very sorry. She was the worst fear that I could think of short of the Queen of the Damned. And I needed to make sure that you could handle something like her.
Hey, Pycon? It's okay if I call you Pycon, right?
I don't know if you know his name. I think the only one who does is Benny.
Oh. What do we call you, friend?
I go by Pycon.
Okay, Pycon, what the fuck, dude?
Okay, I can explain.
Come down here and apologize, why don't you?
Yeah, get a little closer with that explanation, why don't you?
Yeah, please do.
You said the worst. Promise not to kill me, because if you kill me, then I respawn out in the battlefield, and I may never get back, and I might be one of your best chances of survival.
Tell you what, you're why don't you explain it to us? And it better be a damn good explanation.
Roll persuasion. See if you can get him to come down.
Maybe he should roll insight on us.
Yep,
yeah, we won't kill you. You prick.
He's gonna stay up there and be like, so I am hoping that maybe you are the ones to finally end this curse. I protect this area through the well, because every once in a while some people come in this way. Usually they're just lucky sons of bitches, and sometimes there's people of some amount of power, but I've been waiting for someone or some group of people to come in that might actually be able to be of some use. This hag, from my memory, is the worst thing that I could possibly imagine, and I used my fear to bring her here. And so that's what you fought. She has powers similar to this evil queen. And so I thought that would be the best way to test your abilities. Yes, you in the lovely red cloak.
Does the Queen of the Damned also fly?
I believe she could if she wanted to. I've not seen it myself.
Pack it up, gentlemen. We need to go home.
wait.
Apparently, our Achilles heel is ranged.
Pycon, so real quick, you were looking for people to help you. So when we rolled up, and you're like, these people might help me, your first instinct was to summon something that would nearly killed us. Am I getting this correct?
Well, if you couldn't handle her, then you wouldn't be much help.
Well,
what if there was another group behind us, and then we could have all gone together, a bunch of us?
I mean, there ain't, but what if there was?
Honey, he's right about the
sky. I asked if it was just you, and you said yes.
That's true, we did.
We lie occasionally. Now, all right, your imagination roughed us up a bit, so we're gonna have to rest up.
Oh, absolutely! You have proven yourselves quite capable, and I will happily help you find an area to rest. Down here in the cave is still part of the area where nightmares can be manifested. I suggest we try to get up above and take shelter.
All right, what's his deal? And I'm pointing over to Pirate Dude.
Oh yeah.
He's been down here for centuries. It's a lost cause.
That is real sad.
He's my favorite NPC in this area.
He just immediately goes back to pouring water. Just with the bucket.
Like to imagine
Crazy weather we got here.
His NPC script just looped back around. Just, well, that was a battle.
Pretty much.
Starts doing the water.
I mean, if you promise not to summon any more of those things, then yes, somewhere safe to rest would be great.
I was apologizing profusely as this was happening. I knew this would leave a bad impression. I knew that it would make you not want to trust me so much. But I don't want to risk taking our one shot on a group of people who can't even handle her. Because if you can't handle her, you're not going to be able to handle the Queen of the Damned. You guys might actually be up to the task.
I mostly just want to know how it
I'm not
was.
so sure. He seemed like he was just rambling around. But the rest of you...
Ooh, you're gonna have to roll for some burn damage on that one right there.
Good thing it
Hellish
resisted.
rebuke him.
Hunter is seething. Seething.
Hey, that's not nice.
You said it was the worst thing you could think of, PyCon.
The worst thing that
How-
I know of with similar abilities to her that is not her.
But how is it that you summoned it?
I've been in this place for a very long time. And I have honed my fears very delicately. To where I can... It's not me, it's this place that can manifest your fears. It's just a matter of harnessing and controlling them.
Maybe
That's
you should.
what I think.
Maybe you should manifest your fears of soap, because I can smell you from here, bud. It ain't great.
Listen, I've been up there. You just get used to it after a while. It's all bad. No one cares anymore.
How about we take him up on his offer, get the hell out of here before we summon some otherworldly entity that can try to kill us again?
So,
I don't know.
I would like to get out of these caves as well.
But I don't know if I trust him.
Oh, I don't either, but
Well,
let's do this.
we don't know if we can trust you either, Benny, but you've been with us for 2 episodes now.
You can trust me. I have helped every step of the way.
Where did you go when the brain in the jar came running through?
What are you talking about?
Oh man,
I
you
was
just got
there the
Phoenix
whole
righted.
time.
Objection!
Benny helps the whole time.
Damn.
Yes, well, we will happily climb your rope out of here.
Is it sturdy enough? We got a lot of big lads in our group.
It's true.
Well, it supported a tiefling and a monkey at the same time.
I believe it should be able to handle enough.
How about you crawl up there, and we will... Oh god, are we gonna have to do, like, strength checks to climb up this thing?
I don't know
How
what those
high is the ceiling?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do your best. I'm going to go up there and work on diversion so no one sees you come up. I will wait for you at the top. Gonna climb up.
Well, I don't like that.
How high is the ceiling?
It's like 100 feet up.
Oh, shit!
All right,
Yeah,
Fine.
like,
we're ready
well,
to.
the rope itself is like 100 feet long.
We're gonna be doing some of those like military chants. I don't know, but I've been told.
Okay, who's first?
Yeah, Hunter.
Alright. Up you go. Wonderful.
Alright, so Hunter, why don't you give me an athletics check?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
Like the speed demon you are. You... Yep, you climb that rope up like you've been doing drills with the resistance since you were 14. All right, Hunter, you zip right on up. What do you do when you get to the top?
I kind of like peek up over the well and like a sneaky do. What do I see?
So I'll just take you over to a picture here. You see a whole bunch of raggedy buildings, of stone and wood with kind of hay toppings on them. They don't look all that great, kind of run down everywhere. Rats are kind of running around on the ground. I think right now it still technically would be daytime, but there's like kind of a hazy fog over everything. The fog doesn't go through the city, but it kind of blankets over on top of it. So it's just kind of smoggy, and so kind of looking around. Go ahead and make a perception check for me beyond the obvious that you just saw.
Nice.
Damn. You can hear that there is some kind of commotion going on from around the corner. There's a whole bunch of people yelling and screaming and stuff. And you see, we'll say it's there's like a Goliath, very in a similar way. Like he's mostly well-built looking living, but he's like got a chunk of arm that's like just muscle and bone. Just kind of going off and running over towards the commotion area that's just around the corner out of your view. And then like popping up on top of a roof, kind of looking over, you see PyCon looking down, like, all right, just head that way. And he like points you in the opposite direction, like that way.
I nod, I whistle down, and grab some chalk and like mark like a this way arrow, and find a place to tuck in and hide.
All right, yeah, you tuck over into kind of a crummy alleyway where it's like completely cinder block kind of style on one side, and then you've got kind of rows of buildings, so you're just kind of like scooching in, kind of like it's only like a 3 feet wide space, but you just kind of crouch through and head in the direction that he's going. How far do you get before you wait for others?
I want to stay like within eyesight of the well, but like tuck in to like some barrels or like a corner.
Yeah, there's some crates that you can kind of hide behind.
Yeah.
That works. All right, who's going up next? Are we just doing the turn order and using that as a guide, or are we...
I feel like we're going by like weight order almost.
Okay.
I guess that's me then.
Yeah. Either you or Benny.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Thank you very much.
I have to imagine the rabbit person is light. Nice.
Yeah, all right. Is that with the help of your thing, or is that Anwar?
That's the gauntlet. So each time, like, you know, he grabs on, there's like a big gout of steam, and then like next one, and then it's like he just steam engines his way up there.
Why am I imagining like there's no legs involved in this? It's just like whoop.
Without the gauntlets, would it be a -1?
Yes. Yes.
That is very
Still
much
a good fucking roll.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you get up there pretty easily.
Was Anwar having like gym class flashbacks?
You get up there. Who's going next?
Benny is definitely gonna go.
That's what gym class. He wouldn't be making up the rope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're
Look
remembering
at me now,
like
Mr. Spiller.
gym. Yeah. Suck on that,
Suck
Mr.
it.
Woodcock.
Suck it, Derek.
You're struggling a bit with it, but you never like lose and like you never lose grip and or anything. It's just kind of slow and steady is going to win that race, and you eventually get up. Who's going after Benny?
Probably Chimera than me than Arantis. I think.
I don't have any more luck. And it's athletics. Okay.
You got good, right?
Hey!
Hey, yeah. You're a strong lass. Yeah. Climb right on up. Yeah, you got big ass muscles. You're fine. All right. And then we got Audra.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What this is? I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna Babe Ruth it. This is gonna be a bad roll.
Oh god.
Went the opposite direction that I was assuming.
11's not as bad
It
as I
is a
thought.
struggle for you. Like, just the rope thing has never really been your thing. Like,
Yeah.
you got a good amount of strength, but you're just really heavy too.
She's
And
just
you
like,
got all this heavy armor on, so
Yeah.
you are really struggling to get up this thing. But
you know,
There's
if we had
also,
to
like,
bicep
Hunter
curl
Dempsey.
our way up here, I'd be way better at this.
yep, you have to like take a break halfway up.
Yeah.
But you never slide down. Okay, and then you keep on going up, and eventually you get up there. Last is Arantis, who weighs way more than anyone else. He just looks up like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Ryan, you want to roll for Arantis? Might want to see if he has any spells to help him.
You have levitate, maybe?
Well, he could make himself grow, which would make him much stronger, but also much heavier. So, how strong do we think that rope is the real question.
Yeah, you might not want to go big because of the rope. Like, it's looking like it's a stretch with him at the size he's already at.
I was thinking the same thing, but then I was also concerned about when I got to the well. You know what I mean?
Ian?
That's not bad.
Ian.
Hey.
Really slow. Really slow.
Yeah, 10 is just, you kind of hear the beam up top start to, like, kind of crack a little bit.
Whoever went up before Arantis, like, you hear the snapping up, like, oh, there he's going now.
Yep.
That'd be Audra. This thing's real. She does like the used car slap. Like, man, that thing held up for all of us. And then crack.
So for however many people are now like looking over from the crates, you are convinced Arantis is not gonna make it until at the last minute you just see a hand stretch out.
Yeah.
Just
I would
holding
definitely.
on.
Audra would definitely like reach an arm down to like do like the military pull too, just for the last stretch.
Pull up and then quickly, Pycon just quick, go, this way, and he will guide you through some back alley areas, and eventually there will be kind of a little, not much more than a hut, really, just a tiny little brick building that he'll be like, all in here, all in here, let's go.
I'm gonna insight.
So you all in.
Is there a man in a wheelchair with a minigun in there?
This isn't a trap, is it?
Insight. That was against Pycon.
Is this a trap?
You get the feeling that he's like really in earnest, like for your safety as well as his. Like, we gotta go now. Like doesn't seem like he's like, hey, gotta go, like trying to get you in there quicker than you can think. So yeah, you trust him.
All
right. Yeah. You go on inside to what a really pitiful excuse for a residence. There's like a tiny bit of hay over in a corner that's like kind of a bed. You've got a little fireplace area that's got like one pot that you can like kind of put stew in or something, or porridge or whatever. And there's really not much else in here. The ground itself is not even cobblestone. It's basically a dirt floor. With maybe a bit of hay on the ground too, but not as much as the clump of hay over in the side. But it's a very modest dwelling, we'll say. But all of the, like, there's like one window and it's boarded up, so it's like it's not much space. You kind of all have a spot to kind of sit up against a wall while you rest, and not much else. But it's something. He says, "Okay, I think we'll be safe here. There was a bit of commotion and." Any disturbances are not seen lightly by the Queen, but here's hoping that if anything arises, she will not come for a while. But please, sit, rest, and if you have any questions, please let me know. I have some ideas for, well, there's definitely some things you should know, but please, if you need to rest, I completely understand if you're frustrated with me, so please just rest. Anything I can do to help. I can put on some tea. That's the best I've got. I have some old carrots.
I'll grab some rations and a bottle of the pumpkin brandy out of my bag. Don't you do it.
Wow.
Don't. She's looking at the guinea pig cage.
Audra will take up the offer for some tea.
Okay.
Especially after that, like, little bit of, like, flashback to, like, when she had no, taste and smell or whatever. Just to be like, yeah, let me savor some tea right now.
What's the source of light in here? Did you say it was a campfire or a torch?
Yeah. There's a little fire, not much more than embers. So there's not much light in here at all. If you have dark vision, then you're good. But if you don't have dark vision, then it's gonna be like real dark in here.
Jerry, you want to give him some help with that?
I'll light a candle. That'll give you an hour.
You don't want to use the use bonfire spell that you have?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can make a bonfire. Is this low light on purpose to, like, avoid detection, or...?
No, all the windows are kind of shut off and everything, so you should be able to light something in here just fine. It's just he didn't bother doing it.
Okay, yeah.
There's kind of like embers kind of underneath the one pot in the one little fireplace area, so you could like light that up bigger if you wanted to, or you could light a candle too. He probably has a number of what are they called, sconces on the wall. Like you could just,
Okay.
there's probably some candles that you could like, just light up real quick if you wanted, Witcher style.
Sure. I'll illuminate and heat up that cauldron.
I'm just going to kind of look around the corners of the room and everything, and kind of check for like any kind of. Can he do an investigation to see if there's any kind of like listeners or spies or anything like that? Not that there's like.
You could do detect magic. You could do perception or investigation. What do you want to do?
I'll do an investigation because I think he's going to use his magic tinkering. I think. Yeah. So looking around. If there are any glyphs or runes or anything, like to make sure this is an actual safe space.
Yeah, you don't see anything like that. Like you feel pretty secure right now.
So I'm just gonna draw this from nowhere. This didn't come from anywhere in particular, but Anwar is gonna use his magical tinkering to set up little, like, say like a little sound box that produces a white noise to make it hard for people on the other side of a wall. If someone were on the other side of a wall listening in, they would have a very difficult time, for privacy, to not make it weird or anything like that. He'll set up a bunch of those just for added security measures in this place. Apropos of nothing.
Sure. Alrighty. So you do that, and so yeah, you just hear a little constantly, not annoying at all. And Pycon is not going to take the little bed area. And who's the most hurt right now?
Audra.
Yeah, I think it's me.
It'd be like, Madam Furbolg, please sit more comfortable. You need to rest. And he's just gonna kind of take a spot in a corner and put his legs all like meditation style, or like both feet are sticking up when you do the crisscross applesauce.
Richard, what time I guess it's hard to tell what time of day it is in this place, but
I think you went into it in the morning, and
so are we like getting toward bedtime?
Like you were saying, like a couple hours. So
okay, so it's like early evening probably.
No, a couple hours from the morning is still like the morning.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow, so it hasn't been long at all.
It's been a long day for us, though.
Yeah.
So we can't. Long morning for you guys.
I mean, I think
it feels like night. Like it's eerily dark. Even when you were out, kind of walking through, it's very kind of gloomy all around. So
we could only benefit from a short rest at this point.
Unless we sleep.
Guess because it's only been so long. Yeah, probably. I guess.
I mean,
unless you sleep, I'm not too concerned about the whole like it's been too long, or it hasn't been that long since you long rested. Like, you guys have earned a long rest if you want to take one.
I would love to take one.
I mean, is this a thing where like we maybe like we long rest now and then move through the evening, so to speak, here in Castle Hill?
That's what you want to do. It's up to you.
I think we should maybe question our host first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say I'm not about to. I mean, being the most hurt. I mean, I think Audra will. She will accept that offer. But but also like definitely I don't want to just like pass out, especially since we ought to, like you said, Sid, like question this guy and not just leave him to be on watch.
Why don't we initiate a short rest while we kind of talk and figure out what we're doing?
Yeah, works for me. In that case, Audra is definitely just going to like straight up nap.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah. For hit dice, do we add our con to it or something, or is it just the raw
Each
hit
time?
Dice? It is
Yeah.
con. Okay, I couldn't remember what the addition was. Okay.
I just needed to heal 1 hit point.
I'm just gonna use a good amount. Okay.
So, Icon, you seem pretty on the ball for a resident here. I mean, given we've only really known one person that we've been able to talk to, and he's
cut to Benny.
Yeah.
Who's like wearing his tea. Ah.
This is a problematic drink. It is both hot and not refreshing.
That's tea. Hot.
Never heard of this.
How long have you been in here?
He drinks that sweet tea, y'all.
I've never heard of tea in my life.
By my best estimation, over 1,000 years.
You look
Big
great
estimation.
for 1,000.
At some point, you lose track. I'm guessing it's over 1,000 at this point. It's definitely hundreds of years, probably over 1,000.
And you've managed to hang on to your sanity.
It has taken every bit of discipline. Were it not for my training in the monastery when I was younger, I'm not sure if I would be able to mentally survive this place.
So 1,000 years. Do you know anything about the Aberrant Empire? Mind flayers? Do those mean anything to you?
Could you describe them?
And Anwar's gonna like use minor illusion, so his face turns into like one of the mind flayers, like, and then like the tentacles just flop out. They look like bees.
Yeah, yes, we've seen one of those.
Okay.
Yes, there's one of those here up in the what we call the Bailey area.
Oh, well, they took over the world outside.
Oh, smart buggers they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely surprised me. I'm just glad that what evil is here is contained to here.
Yeah, we did run into someone on the outside. He was skeleton, and he was riding. What was he riding? Like a
Iron's bull thing.
Like a mechanical bull. Does that ring any bells for you?
Yes, don't remember a name. But yes, I do recall someone out in the battlefield one of the times I was stuck out there with some of that description. Yes, that sounds familiar. I wish I had more on him.
He managed to get out. He was really adamant that we not get in here.
That would have been best for you, but now that you're here, maybe, just maybe, we can,
Have you heard of anybody else getting out, though?
There's rumors of ways to get out. I've not been one to, I've not wanted to lose hope on changing things here, because things are worse than I could ever imagine here. And at some point, evil must end, no? It cannot go on forever. At some point, good
It seems like it's been going on forever. Right.
We actually are here for a specific reason. We were looking for information on a man that we believe came in here and
Escaped.
got something and was able to escape. And Oddmar's going to use a minor illusion, like a little foot tall Leia, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope hologram, and kind of have him spinning around of Knuckle.
Oh, I know him, Knuckle.
Shit.
He was here relatively recently. That's a recent memory I can hold on to a bit more.
Well, recent versus for this guy.
How
though.
recent is recent, if I may ask?
Within the last decade.
Yeah, within the last decade, yeah.
God damn it, Hunter! Why'd you supply that?
That was Andrew's fault.
You know,
Don't blame Hunter, sweet
More
Hunter.
than a year, less than a century.
No, but honestly, that's what I was probably gonna say anyway.
Right. I mean, it would make sense considering.
Probably the last 5 or 6 years, if I was to whittle it down, about 5 or 6 years ago, maybe, something like that.
5 or 6 years.
And trying to keep focus on what time even is here is quite difficult. So within the last 10 years, that seems about correct.
Did you help him get out or nah? What was your interaction with him?
No, I was hoping to, he was quite impressive like you were. He was quite powerful. I was hoping that he would be able to help. He in fact was able to get all the way. He was able to get an invite into the castle, which is what I was hoping to talk to you about. And unfortunately, I did not see him after that. I assumed that he had perished.
An invite?
You can get invited?
You can, yes. Over here in the Bailey, there's a group of people. Mostly, we have to use our jobs. Our jobs are really to keep people out. But I'm a one-man resistance. But I would hopefully try to build that over time. But not many people are interested in resisting here because things are actually quite good here in the Bailey. Not at all like the battle out there. This is like heaven compared to that. But the Queen will come out sometimes and visit the people. But you have to know she's a bit odd. She doesn't see reality the same way we do. She appears crazy. That's the easiest way to put it. But a more specific way would really be she seems to be under the impression that her long-lost love is still out at war, and when new people come in, she will ask them if they've brought in news from the war and if they've heard from her love.
I can lie about that.
I hope her love wasn't that guy we killed on the way in.
Well, clearly her love has not come for quite some time. I know his name is Braden. Beyond that, I don't know the full name, unfortunately. I do know that he was a soldier. He was an elf. My understanding was he lived in these parts before they were cursed, and at some point he left and did not come back, and that's when things started getting very strange. That's the best of my understanding.
Right.
Handsome, blonde hair, I believe, long blonde hair. I think he wore a nice green set of armor and tunic. Had a large bow that he kept on his back, as well as a short sword and a dagger at his side.
Is this ringing any bells? Have we seen anyone like this?
No, you've never seen anyone.
Okay.
Anwar's going to pull out the gunblade.
Somebody who looks like that, but it shouldn't be ringing any bells. Like, oh, we know that guy. But
what did you ask, Ryan?
We got a gunblade, right? Was it like a broadsword with a gun on it? He's like, he didn't use one of these, right? This doesn't look familiar.
No, he didn't use one of those. No.
Okay, good. That's
Phew.
But in any case, Knuckle was able to get an invite by convincing the Queen that he had seen her lover and had a message for her and regaled her with all sorts of tales and poetry and such. It was quite beautiful, and yet none of it was true.
So would. Damn it.
In any case, it was enough to score him an invite into the castle.
How is getting into the castle without an invite?
Difficult. There are more there to protect from the castle. This is as far as really as I could get. I can't get in there myself. It's not as simple as just like going invisible and scaling walls. I don't know how to get in there without an invite, but you are all quite capable people. Maybe you have tricks up your sleeve that I don't.
Audra let out a really loud snore right at that moment.
What war is she talking about? Do you know which war?
I mean, I've been in here for over 1,000 years, I think. And this is like thousands of years before that. And Arantis will kind of speak up and be like, it is possible she is referring to the endless war against the undead. Well, it did end, but we called it the Endless War at the time.
All right, feed me some stuff. Do you know anything about this guy, this hero?
He's like scanning his database. I'm gonna roll an intelligence check. I have no data on this person. I have data of the time period.
Hell yeah.
But
what do we know about this war?
There were several elven empires that spanned across the lands, and some rebels released a plague upon the land to destroy these empires. And the plague, we would deem, got out of control, out of our ability to contain it. From the instigators, from their point of view, perhaps it worked the way they intended. But long into the war, there was little life left. Who would want that but the purest of evil?
Speaking of plagues, Tygon, this queen, does she deal with vampirism or anything like that?
That's like undead but still able to control your mind kind of thing?
Yeah, I know you guys have a weird undead deal here, so that's initially what brought us here, actually.
Maybe blood sucking.
Blood sucking, maybe.
Sharp canines.
Like,
perhaps some, yeah.
sure.
I would say not so many what you would call like villagers in the Bailey, those that have been able to make it here, but those of her most trusted guard, I think they have the sharp teeth.
So Knuckle could have gotten it from her.
He could have. But then, isn't the myth that they can't come out in daylight?
The myth I've heard of.
I haven't seen daylight here ever.
Well,
it's roughly lunchtime right now. It feels like the middle of the night. You're talking about Knuckle got something from her? He was talking about how he wanted to seek the power that this place held. He wanted to use it against this, now that I'm putting it together, it must have been this empire that you're speaking of. That's what he was fighting against. Yeah, I believe it's coming back to me.
Yes. So it's funny you mentioned that you're a member of the Resistance, because we are also members of our respective Resistance.
Roll, but still.
So is Knuckle, but he's... it appears he's kind of out of some shady ways. And we're trying to find out how and possibly why. And it's led us here.
More questions.
So I guess I should just ask you outright. Would you be willing to help me defeat this witch, this sorceress, this goddess, this demon, whatever she is? If we band together, maybe we can beat her.
Yeah.
I think it's our only way out.
I mean, I feel like as fellow members of the Resistance, we are kind of obligated to work with your Resistance.
The resistance of one, but it's better than nothing.
If it's
Not anymore, bud.
Absolutely yes.
I do think that we do need to get in that castle, though, because I've seen and participated in attempts to attack her when she comes down here to greet her people. And when you think you've gotten a killing blow, she just vanishes into mist, and then the mist just flows back up to the castle.
What if we just lie like Knuckle did?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, you're new. She doesn't recognize you. She recognizes me, fortunately. But she doesn't recognize you, hopefully.
Well, she don't have to recognize you.
With like a slight bit of familiarity, like, maybe she remembers, I don't know. Have you met the Queen before?
I love the look of, well.
Let's see that 4.
Hey, that's something. You think you're like, I don't think so.
It's funny because like this is the one time where Benny actually remembers something correctly. He's like, no, never.
Hunter is going to dig out the mask and present it to PyCon and say, put this on.
Which mask was this?
This is the magic one that changes your form into that of the guard.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna ask PyCon to put it on?
Yeah.
Speaking of gods, so...
What do you want me to put this on for?
See if it works.
Science.
He turns into Jim Carrey.
Suddenly just gets shrouded in all the robes and everything else, and now he looks like one of the Imperial cultists.
All right, so it does work in here. Cool. Would she recognize you looking like that?
I suppose not.
All right, shit, we got one more.
I have a follow-up question that isn't necessarily pertaining to the Queen, but so much the people in the Bailey. You said that there was a Flayer here?
Yes. He's been quite good at hoarding resources for himself. He's, I guess he's the closest thing to top boss around here next to the Queen.
Of course it is.
So he works.
He's made a comfortable life for himself here.
Great.
Interesting.
I wonder if he'd recognize that. Okay. Oh. It's one of his?
I mean, he could have been in here for decades, centuries. So, PyCon, I haven't really gotten the chance to ask this. You're all bound here, correct? Every time you die, you, wake up again the next day?
Every time we die, we get spawned back down into the battlefield. That is the last thing you want. That is why everybody here in the Bailey does the best we can to keep everything peaceful and calm. Nobody here wants to lose their spot here. So sometimes things erupt. Tensions get high. We try to keep the peace as best as possible. We do our jobs. We protect our areas. And, what little food can be conjured by some people who are able to produce food and water is given. We try to make the best of a little bit. Every once in a while, the queen will provide some things. She's kind of nuts. She thinks that everything in the Bailey is wonderful. When she walks through, she feels like she's walking through a garden of citizens who adore her. But the reason why no one speaks out against her is just pure fear. Getting thrown back into the endless hell.
And you said you guys do eat. You guys experience hunger and thirst?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awful.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That makes sense.
Do you
Fascinating.
know anything about the goddess? Is she the goddess?
There are rumors of people who were here before me who are no longer to be found unless we go searching for them on the battlefield. There are rumors that this thing herself is a manifestation of the goddess's worst fears. That this queen and the goddess are somehow one and yet separate. But again, it's only a rumor. There's been scribbles on walls before saying, "Kill the queen, save the goddess."
Here's been my main question: is say we do kill the queen, as it were, and ended this curse. What do you think will happen to you, for someone who has been here for, by your estimation, 1,000 years?
I hope my soul can escape and go on to what other plane we go to.
Oh, so you're fully ready to die?
Please.
Okay, all right.
Onward.
I'm just my only source of information was Benny, so
I'm sure not everyone would agree, but I'm ready to go.
I'm not about to die. There's got to be a way to do this without dying.
Maybe.
See, there you go.
But whatever secrets are left to be found, I guarantee you are in that castle.
We need to get in the castle, everyone.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we know there's her guards.
Yeah.
We know there's
Vampire
a mind
guards.
player.
Mind flayer.
And we know that there's her, who is
Yeah.
more powerful than what we just fought.
That there was the flying thing.
So. Okay.
This should be fine, right? That remind. Do you still have, does Anwar still have the vase, the pot, the tea kettle, the?
Yeah, he still has that.
But it's still it maintained through leaving Nightmare Alley, and it's nope, we're still here.
Still there, just as it was when we last saw it.
Oh Lord. Great. Super fantastic. All right. I feel like we should ask some more questions, but also my eyes cross every time I blink.
If you need to get some rest, please get some rest. I do wish to warn you that the dreams here are quite unpleasant, but if you can get through them, the rest is worth it.
Is that when you pan over to Audra taking her nap?
Yeah, Audra, Tony, did you have any kind of dreams prepared or anything?
I did, yeah.
What's going on in this dream world while she's passed out while everybody else is talking?
So, it's actually gonna be it's gonna be almost that thing where you know how you wake up but you're still in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll kind of roll over, and instead of seeing the party who she expects to see, it's basically she sees the people she has beef with. So has or had beef with, right? So, Lopaw's there, Krusk is there. I think it was it Pinky who she like punched after the sparring drill was over, like whoever that was, and like some other folks that she's like had conflict with, and she kind of just rolls over, sees on them, and is confused. I kind of looks around, feeling that like inability to kind of like get up from the bed, and just like, when did you all get in here? You're not who I came here with. And they all just kind of turn and like walk over toward the bed where she's standing, and they all just kind of look down on her, and they're just like, you're right, we didn't come in with you, but we'll be your companions for the rest of time, because you think you're getting out of here. You think you're gonna go back and finish redeeming yourself and make your sister happy, but we all know that's not gonna happen. We know you're gonna mess it up. You're gonna be stuck here. You're gonna do the same irrational, angry thing you always do, and you're gonna screw it up for everybody else, and you'll all be trapped here forever. So don't go thinking this is gonna be some big heroic adventure for you, because this place, as it is for so many others, is going to be your tomb as well. And she's kind of like can't move, can't like lash back out at them or anything, but is very angry, visibly angry, like trying to get up and like out off of the bed and out of there. And then unable to do that, then like the door to this little hut opens, and she's gonna see like her own sister walk in and just kind of stop in the doorway. There's like actual light like coming in from outside of the door, and her sister's just gonna look at her very quietly and just kind of like just real disappointed, like shake her head, sigh, walk back out, close the door. And that's when like Audra is like finally able to like jerk awake, like for real.
So yeah, shortly after he mentions that sleep often doesn't go well here, Audra wakes up from her nap in a cold sweat.
Oh, great.
Hunter hands some of the pumpkin brandy over to Audra.
Oh, the hair of the dog, I guess.
Will help keep you down.
How long was I out for?
5 minutes.
Like 20 minutes most.
Oh. I'm not so sure about going back to sleep.
Shh. Sippy, sippy, sippy.
I'm not so sure about going.
There you go.
Back to sleep.
Right.
That was
Sippy, sippy, sippy.
that was not what I had hoped to be dreaming about.
Oh, kind of on a hellscape. I suppose it tracks.
Yeah. I thought it was weird enough, sort of losing you all for a moment down there in the tunnel. And I guess you can't really escape any of that weirdness when you're trying to rest either. So anyway, what did I miss? What did our new monkey buddy tell us? ...
I've just been explaining how maybe we can team up together. Sounds like some plans might be brewing. This is all very good.
I think for now we've been through a lot. You've been here for some time, but we could use a minute to catch our breath. And this has been the first amount of solstice we've been able to get so far. So while we try and figure out something, let's maybe take shifts and everybody rest up.
Well, I just napped. I suppose I can take the first watch.
You all should be quite proud of yourselves. Very few have made it as far as you have. Let alone on the first try. You were all still, well, are you all still living? I think... He's looking over at Benny and being like, I think I've seen you die.
I mean, I've died a couple times, but like not here.
Oh.
shit.
Okay.
Well, I guess super
Benjamin.
near-death experiences.
Benny, yeah, you remember something when he says that.
You're muted, Artem. And that's the moral of the story.
I don't think I have ever died. I think you are remembering this incorrectly.
With armor like you, I apologize if I'm wrong. Again,
Doubt. Doubt button.
He can be undead or he can be alive. He's the only thing that's been, I don't know, one of the two people that have not attacked us on sight and killed us.
Yeah, see, Benny is very helpful. We'll go all the way to the end.
All the way to the end. For sure.
And you will now die in Act 3.
Benny, do you die in Act 3?
Well, it's very encouraging to me to have more people in this resistance finally. This must go better than the last time.
Do what we can.
Last time.
Wait,
yes.
What exactly happened last time?
Technically, the last time was Knuckle, and he went in it alone, which was worth a try. We hadn't tried that before, and he never came back. But you're talking about as if you've seen him more recently.
He's a high-ranking resistance member on our side.
One that I imagine at some point we're going to have to confront.
Higher rank than you, but then perhaps he did get some kind of power from her.
He hasn't told anyone about this.
And I didn't even know that he made it out alive.
And if he made it out alive by himself, and it's taking 5, and with you, PyCon, 6 of us to do this, it makes me a bit apprehensive about Knuckles' power.
My guess is that he wasn't let out alone. My guess is that he was permitted to leave. In exchange for spreading the Queen's gift, is my guess. Which, I don't really want to be a vampire. I feel like that's against the goddess of sun religion. It just feels like as a, general faux pas.
I've been everything else during this campaign. Might as well give vampire a try. Just kidding.
Is werewolf an option?
If you're a blood hunter.
Unfortunately, we never see a moon here, so lycanthropy is out.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That would be cool.
There's like a couple just normal dudes here that are like, if we got out of here, you'd see.
So we take shifts, we rest, we convene and maybe do some follow-up and some strategy this evening.
I take it you'll understand, PyCon, if you either do not take a shift yourself or you take yours with one of us watching you, considering we've just met you.
You know what? I am not even on a 24-hour cycle anymore. It's not bothering me.
Right. Well,
I'm on a 36-12 cycle. It's actually the most natural circadian rhythm when you don't have a sun.
Sounds
awful.
Hope I never have to know what that's like.
Right. Well, as I said, I just had my nap, so I'm fine going first.
Well, you're all safe here. I believe I've explained the situation as best I can. Please rest up. I actually must get back to my post. Otherwise, people might start thinking something's up, that the well is not being guarded. So I think I will go out to my post, and I will return in, what do you need, 8 hours to rest?
I think we might prefer that you stay here with us.
No, fuck it. Let him do his thing.
Right outside. Yeah, no, it's not just outside. He took us in a little ways.
Yeah, I took you in a bit of a ways, and I do have a job to do. If people don't do their jobs, they get sent back out. So I better get back out there.
Okay, before you go, can I just talk to you privately, and I have to ask you about something? I promise I won't take up too much of your time. All right.
We gotta be quick. We can go out into the alleyway.
Sure.
Right.
As I set up for first watch, I would like to peek in on them because Audra has a suspicion of what he's going to talk to him about.
All right, so you'd have to roll stealth if you're trying to sneak up on.
Yeah, I'll try because I know what's in your hands right now. Right?
You don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to peek. I mean, I'm not good at stealth, but I am going to attempt to do that. So sorry, just a moment. Disadvantage, of course.
I'm gonna tell you before we roll, you're gonna need to beat a 22.
That is not happening. I got a nat 1.
No, you just start clanking out, and he's like, please, just two of us, please, keep it sound out. At the very least, if you're going to try to go out, take your armor off first. Right now, you're being too loud.
I want to imagine I like tried to sneak out, and when they like closed the door, it just like hit me in the face and just clung.
Audra, you are standing on my tail.
Sorry,
Wow.
Shouldn't you?
You were sneaking?
Shouldn't you just leave that off the ground at all times anyway?
I'm on the ground.
But fair enough.
Cut over to Anwar and Pycon over in the little alleyway.
I just read what Ryan wrote. That's hilarious. Audra steps on 3 cats.
Hey, thanks again for, taking us in.
No, I should be thanking you. This is the first real chance that we've got in quite a long time.
Well, that witch you summoned on us was pretty intense, so I don't know how much longer we would have lasted against that if we had, if Miss Camille hadn't done her thing. But listen, speaking of summoning terrors and nightmares and things like that, you're pretty experienced when it comes to, things that are just generated here, made, manifest.
Yes, I will say in the Bailey you should be safe from doing that. She's made this area a more peaceful area. I think it goes into her delusion that it's a nice area.
So when we were coming here, one of Miss Camille's echoes attacked us, and there was like a brain in a jar, night, die, and they all seem real. Like they were all physical manifestations.
Yeah.
So it's all real.
In a sense, yeah.
So I wanted to ask about this jar. I found it, and I don't know if you know Primordial, but it's very important to me, this jar, and I need to know, is it real?
The jar? He's gonna look at it and notice some primordial symbols that he may not understand, but recognizes it as primordial. And say, is that what I think it is?
Really depends on what you think it is.
Genie bottle of some kind? Some variation of a genie bottle?
It's a prison or a case or a jar sealing in presumably one of my great ancestors who would likely raise the world to the ground if you were released.
Mm-hmm.
So is it real? Is he in here? He's quiet now. Talks to me sometimes. But so far, he's been really quiet. I feel like he's trying to goad me into opening it.
Have you ever heard of a Pandora's box?
No, you're gonna have to refresh me on that one. That might be, one of your...
It's kind of like, imagine you don't know what's inside of that thing. It could be anything. It could be terrible.
Right.
If that showed up because of your fear, it could be what you think is inside of it, or it could be something you fear even worse, or it could be the worst version of what you think is in there. Or maybe what is manifest has not yet happened. What if your worst fear is that it's in someone else's hand?
Yeah. See, that's the real catch-22, because I'm terrified that I have it, but I'm also more terrified if someone else has it. So, what is the thing to do here, in your experienced opinion, being in the nightmare world?
I mean, do you have a fear that if it's destroyed, whatever's in it will get unleashed?
Yeah, big time.
Okay, then don't destroy it.
Okay.
I would try to just keep it with you and don't open it until you're done. And hopefully this thing just goes away.
Done what?
Hopefully we've lifted the curse. If we can find a way to break whatever curse has caused all of this and this manifestation of terrible thoughts.
So if we break the curse, and if it's not real, it'll just evaporate away.
I think.
But if we break the curse and it's still here, and it's for real?
It could be. We've never lifted the curse. I don't know. All I know is that thing, the unknown, is very dangerous and lends itself to all kinds of fears. That thing might be the most dangerous thing in the entire Bailey right now.
I gotta be honest, Pycon, you are not putting me at all at ease. I was hoping you'd be like, it's totally fine, man. I run into those things all the time.
Welcome to the theme of this place. Nothing puts people at ease. It's all terrible. It's all awful.
All right. Well, thanks for that, I guess.
Sure. I've got to get to my post.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
Hey, get back inside.
Okay.
He's gonna go off to his post, and Anwar comes back into the little hut.
How was
Anwar comes back noticeably more distraught and more depressed than when he left.
Didn't hear what you wanted to hear about the fake lamp, Anwar?
No. It might be real. We won't know until we're done here.
Okay. Well,
I didn't like that either, honestly.
Well, I think it's probably best it stays in your bag no matter what.
Yeah.
And, I would say rest easy, but having just seen what I saw during my nap, I know that's not going to happen. So, just rest.
Well,
Anwar's gonna go find a corner of the room and he's gonna like curl up with the jar and just like kind of go to sleep.
All right.
I hope the jar is voiced by H. John Benjamin, by the way.
Yeah, I know that. I know that some people had prepared. So why don't we go through them, and then probably around there we'll call it a night, unless there's any more kind of brainstorming you want to do, or if you want to do brainstorming throughout the week, whatever. It seems like there's some strategizing to be formed about what you want to do next. If you have any questions about that, whatever. But we can go through dreams first, and then kind of do any last minute questions. So who would like to go through a dream that they've prepared?
I guess
Hold on, is tongue still active? Did I understand that?
I guess I'll go.
Do it.
Yeah, alright.
Get in.
Oh, I miss Alright. So I guess for the evening, Chimera tucks away into like a different corner that is not occupied by small boy with tea kettle. Of questionable origin and potentially dubious intent. The creature before me is ever-changing. It is a man one moment and a tentacle-faced monster the next. It is fluid and mutating and ever-changing. And eventually I come to know these as the faces of death. Before I can confront this creature, Hunter Valentine is there. That foolish boy faces death in the way that only Hunter Valentine could, with unwavering confidence and breathtaking wit. But all the same, Hunter is promptly struck down. Hunter dies, but it's only for a moment. For as long as I live and breathe, I will make sure that Hunter does too. So I reach. I reach through time and space, and I procure possibility. I see infinite realities where Hunter does indeed die, others where he lives, and the encounter, he missing an arm, a hand, a finger, and then he leaves the encounter without a scratch at all. That is the reality I choose. And I will it into fruition. Hunter leaves with grand flourish, and death rages. It's an amalgamation of sounds, screaming and roaring and deafening bellows coming from man and beast alike, and in the midst of those throes comes Audra. Big and brash and easily felled when the creature becomes taller and stronger than Audra herself, and once again I reach. Fate says Audra will die here, but I say otherwise. I conjure alternate realities, I pick my favorite outcome, and then there's Anwar, meeting a gruesome end only for a moment, then Rain, Kion, Nukilazog. I ensure each one lives to see another day. But then there's Jeffrey. My sweet, sad-eyed little boy, no matter how hard I try, there are no realities where he survives. His fate is unforgiving, and death swallows him in blazing fire and righteous heat. Then the cycle starts again. Death's visage is still mostly featureless and foreign, but the figure is somehow familiar and feminine. Hunter dies, and I reach to conjure a new ending, but there are far less possibilities. No reality where Hunter leaves unscathed. He lives, but he is very badly beaten. Death has a nose now, malicious gleaming eyes, too. Audra survives, but only just barely. Finding the right outcome is becoming harder. Death has a smiling, tusked mouth. Anwar lives, but his life won't be one worth living. Braided, beaded hair, a red cloak. Rain, I can't find a reality where she survives. There's a brooch in the shape of a wolf. Kion and Nukilazog, where's the magic gone? There's no other realities, no echoes of a life that could be. Death has a sword of sunlight and a shield imbued with the wind, and I use them both to kill my son. And that's the dream. That's the dream.
Nice. Yeah. Just real quick as we transition to another one, Chimera. How's Chimera react when she wakes up? Is it like waking up in a cold sweat, or is it more like just kind of waking up and feeling dread, or what was it like?
She wakes up and it's not like an abrupt shock awake. It's the slow opening of eyes and just quiet tears as she just kind of gazes up at the ceiling.
Ooh. To go next after
that. Richard, do you want to read the thing I sent you earlier?
Sure. You want me to read the part of?
Do you want to be? I figure you would be red. Do we want to get one more person to be purple?
Or you want to be red and purple?
I'm fine just being one of them. I need to go find it real quick. Oh, here it is.
Who wants to do a voice?
Probably Andrew.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Somebody can be the voice of the Mind Flayer, or somebody could be the voice of that. I don't know. If somebody wants to do Agonazar, my voices for him is not too great right
now. Agonazar. What does Agonazar sound like?
Yes, like that.
Deep.
On fire with a jar.
Does anybody have any of those like voice changers on their device?
Mine's turned off right now.
I'm on my laptop today, though.
Ow.
Yeah.
I had to.
Let's be Agonazar. I'm inside your jar, okay?
What do you need? Do you need like super deep, like deeper?
Yeah, that works.
Dr. Claw.
You don't have to be that deep. It's I would put it like on a Kratos though, kind of. That's kind of, but Anwar Anwar dreams he is in a classroom. In his classroom. He's older. He's wearing a nice button-up proper shirt. He has a room full of young aspiring minds looking to learn the artificer arts. It seems that this is a time of peace. Many years have passed since his reckless days as a youth, and he's giving a lesson. A calculated risk. That's the label expert use when denoting variables that could be otherwise considered dangerous, unexpected. It's one way to phrase it, I guess. An easier way to think it would be, it's a guess. Really, it's just a guess. That's all we're really doing, after all. It's just looking into the dark void and trying to make sense of it, after all. The risk could be relatively small, like changing the temperature of a solution, tweaking a formula, adding a new variable. It could also be substantially bigger, like field testing a new energy source, or
allying yourself with a Mind Flayer.
Yep, that is one. And in the front row of Anwar's class is Cerebro, sitting at attention, looking forward. That came with significant risk, but overall, I'd say it turned out quite well. The region is free-ish. Tension is a little high right now with the big three, but they'll sort themselves out eventually. And besides, we couldn't kill him. We couldn't kill him.
That's right.
Who knows what would have happened if we had?
Of course. You couldn't kill him because you're weak.
No, that is not why we spared him.
Then okay? Your will is.
No. On Anwar's desk, a series of beakers and colanders and glasses, and in one of the solutions, a red, deep, dark gas begins to kind of bubble up and flow, and it kind of overtakes the entire table as a figure starts to emerge from the dark red gas. No. If we killed Cerebro, he would have likely been replaced with someone even worse.
Then you killed them as well, Little Flame. What's the issue?
We don't know. We don't know if we could have handled the next guy. It was an unknown risk.
And he is a known risk.
Yes.
Because he knows your faces.
Yes.
Your strengths, your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And that would be better than a hypothetical threat.
I don't know.
Listen to me closely, Little Flame. When I first met you, I told you that it was a false choice, that you needed to forge your own path.
in this moment, the classroom is gone. It is 3 spotlights. Anwar, Aganazar, Cerebro. There are no angels on these shoulders. Just an inhuman, aberrant threat. And a great power from centuries, if not millennia ago. I recall that. Yes.
Then why do you fail to act? You either consume your enemies or you consumed yourself. There are no consolation prizes in war. A bygone philosophy from bygone. It makes sense your hot ancestor would only see things black and white. You and I know how many shades of in between. No, he lies. Do not trust his honeyed words. Do I? Tell me one thing I've been dishonest about. Worked with me, and now your mundane home is free. Free to live out your days of mediocrity and complacency until you die of natural causes. But is that really what you want, Marwan? I knew it from the day you walked into my classroom that you were meant for something more, for something greater. I've seen what you were able to do with a box of scraps and some free time, but imagine yourself with my resources, with all the things I could.
I've seen what you're capable of, believe me. Many fascinating and images of Keone, the experiments, the mental slaves, kind of flashing in rapid succession. Terrifying things.
That's just the surface. You'd go far, Marwan. Further than any trembling Marwan has gone before. You would betray everything your ancestors ever stood for. Every conflict needs to end in blood. There is no communion, only oblivion. It's just as you said. There's always another way. Destroy him. Join us.
Enough.
Ignoring this conflict does not make it go away, little. Nor does ignore me. Either you use the blessings I have bestowed to destroy your enemies, or I will. But remember, it is a false choice.
Spotlights both turn off, and Anwar is left alone in the dark. That's black.
All right, how does Anwar wake up from that?
He definitely wakes up in like a full cold sweat. And he, at some point while he was sleeping, I think the jar kind of rolled away, and now he's like afraid to touch it again. He's definitely paralyzed with fear, unsure how to proceed.
Alrighty. Anybody else want to give any dreams? Did Artem or Andrew have anything in mind? I wasn't sure if you had written anything down or not, but had just like briefly gone over like, hey, there's gonna be an opportunity for dreams if you want them.
I did not write anything. Nor would I want to follow up those 2 fucking stunners.
Right? That's like...
Fuck.
I'm glad I went with mine first, because I had the idea, but I wasn't going to, like, write down every detail. So I'm glad we got mine out during nap time.
Yeah.
And I honestly haven't thought about it because Benny's a temporary character.
Fair enough. Well, we can always explore their psyches later. But in any case, so yeah, that is those are things that go on during your dreams. You do get the benefits of a rest. And about the time that all of you are done resting, PyCon will come back in to the room and say,
Alrighty, well, my shift is completed. How'd everybody sleep?
Probably.
Sorry, what?
Terribly. It was absolutely terrible.
The same as the nap.
But you did sleep, right?
That's what I say to myself every morning. But it doesn't feel true.
Well, your mind might not be fully rested, but your body is, and that will help get you through the day. Or night, in this case. Hard to tell the difference. So,
hey, Icon, you seem to have an idea for getting us inside.
The only way I've seen work is what Knuckle did. He just bluffed his way through, essentially. You could try to do that if you're confident in your ability. I'm open to any thoughts you have about. I don't know the extent to your abilities. They're quite impressive. What I saw, but I'm sure what I just a sample of what you're capable of. So if you think that there's some other way to get into the castle, I'm all ears. I don't know if you want to try to.
Who exactly was Knuckle lying to, and what was the lies?
The Queen will sometimes come down, especially if rumors spread that there are new people in the Bailey. She will come down asking for what news from the war. And she seems like she's usually eager for her lover to either be there or at least there be news of him.
Well, I can lie about that.
Maybe if we get the story together now, we'll all have our stories straight.
I do have an idea. We can throw in some stuff about the war, but I'm thinking specifically to get some information. We can say we're looking for this Knuckle fella that and we heard that he had, done a cunning ruse on her and provided some false information to her. And so, she might be more willing to rat on him if she thinks we're going after someone who, screwed her over.
That's the thing. We have no idea if he did screw her over or he's doing exactly what she asked of him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It'd be really nice to know.
One of you gentlemen has the ability to look like other people, don't you?
There is one other thing I've seen that has her grant her favor to people. Sometimes children make their way into the bubble, as you call it, and those that bring the children to safety into her arms, she does grant a favor to.
I don't suppose the favor's extended if you're looking for a lost child, huh?
I'm not sure. You could try to talk to her about it. Again, just be aware that she's not all right up here, but maybe that could help. I'm not sure.
Weren't we also out of character? Weren't we also looking for lost kids that were brought here?
Yep.
Yeah, there were names I was going to get to you, and we're going to call them Jack and Jill, based off of the fairy tale. I don't have a name.
Now, anyone ever see these kids after they're delivered to her?
No.
There's also a Chimera look-alike that went and vanished.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently.
I've not seen another that looked like you. I don't think. I mean, there's certainly been brave orcish women that have come here, but none that look quite like you.
Huh.
This is where all the echoes come to die, huh?
Her name was Lenoa. It wasn't Chimera.
Don't know a Lenoa.
Yeah, that's good, I suppose.
But no, to answer the question, no. I've never seen the children come out when she brings them in. She acts awfully nice to them. I don't know what happens to them once they're inside.
Maybe she eats them.
Maybe
It has crossed my mind that it's possible she does.
Probably eats them.
Truly evil.
Which
Well,
one
no,
do you
we'd have
think
to kill
tastes
her.
the best? I mean, that's awful.
Okay. To Hunter's point, what if we say that we're with Knuckle, which we kind of technically are a little bit.
Technically.
And we're here to check in.
Well, the two problems with that is, if she doesn't like Knuckle, then we're putting ourselves in a bad spot. And then if we're supposed to be with Knuckle, then it would be assumed we have knowledge that we very much do not have. So if we're like looking into him, like trying to track him down, then, you know, if we don't have information, you know, that's information that's helpful. Thank you very much. You know what I mean?
Well, it sounds like...
If it helps at all, I have Tales from the War. That's about what I've got to offer.
Actually, that could help a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds like Knuckle might have been bringing children to her.
Maybe.
For reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Thing.
So maybe we kind of meet in the middle there, and we're not looking to hurt him. We're just like, he's a missing person, and we're following some breadcrumbs.
My thought is also, if, depending on what we say, that mind flayer there could blow up our ruse pretty quick. So I think the closer to the truth we can be, the less likely there is for that to happen.
Right. Well, we are looking for him.
And we have worked with the Flayer before.
We could say that we are seeking the same power Knuckle is, which is kind of true. From a certain point of view.
All right. But what do we have to offer? We got Benny. We can give him Benny.
I just remembered, he's not the first Benny to be in this campaign.
Oh, yeah, there was the little boy.
Oh, really?
Little boy.
Yeah, little baby Benny boy who died in the explosion. Foreshadowing? Who knows?
But you spell yours with an I, so, you know, different person.
Yeah.
Unclear. Either way, I think us getting invited there is our better bet than us breaking in and fighting through her arm.
Question is,
I like the idea of one of you pretending to be her long lost husband until I remembered the Flayer was around.
Yeah, that.
Now I do have the ring, so that should help keep it out of my head.
Do any of you have any kind of abilities that would allow you to see her image of what her husband looks like? That's one thing we've not been able to do so far. If we could see what the husband looks like in her mind. And I just say husband, it may just be lover, though, I'm not sure. We've gotten descriptions, but I'm just
What if he was just so brutally beaten up he doesn't look the same anymore?
If we do a couple side quests and hit the next level, we can try to scry on him.
No mind reading? Anybody?
He is most certainly dead.
Thank you.
Aratus.
Affirmative.
He likely looks like a skeleton because he is dead.
Perfect.
The question, is he dead or is he undead?
I can charm her for a short time, but nothing to get into her mind.
Cut to wide shot of everyone staring with one eyebrow raised to Benny.
What? I am a charming person.
Okay. So Hunter, you talking about the suicide thing? Talk more about that one.
What? Suicide Squad?
No.
Or I'll get Shark Boy together.
My money's on us saying that we're either with Knuckle or searching for Knuckle or want to make the same deal that Knuckle made.
If the flare probes along those lines, it'll turn up true. Because we are part of the same organization.
Yeah, I like the look of looking for him, because that means, any questions we ask, it makes sense that we don't know it.
And I do think that having worked with Cerebro could be to our benefit too. Again, if it probes, we've...
Python, to get an invitation, what would we say? We want to join the Queen's Guard? That you found us and we're powerful and we're still sane, so that'd be enough to grant us
I shouldn't show my face. I've tried to kill her before. I'm lucky enough to be in the Bailey.
You tried to kill her and you just went back home? You just went home?
Oh no, she killed me. I was out in the battlefield for who knows how many years after that. Eventually I found back here.
How
don't work for it.
Sees me as enough of a threat at this point. I don't even I don't get the sense that she fully understands there's discontent here in the Bailey.
Could you tell us how your battle with her went? What sort of stuff she attacked you with?
She's quite fast and much stronger than she looks. She's got those sharp teeth you mentioned.
Okay, so we for sure keep you with the mask on.
Also, she can make her nails turn into claws.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out. Another idea. Do you know where this Mind Flayer is?
Yes, I can point you over to where he stays. He's got the biggest house of anyone here.
Do you know if he wasn't a factor, we would have a lot more options. So if we were suddenly to not be here anymore on a sudden case of deadness.
And we are going to have to deal with him one way or the other.
When does he take his shift?
Oh, he doesn't take a well shift. He kind of helps guard the walls.
He would, the bastard.
Sounds unfair.
I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I would have to agree, though, Anwar, it would be better to eliminate that threat ahead of time.
Hey, here's a weird question. What happens if the gates just open and that war flows in to the castle?
That could be very bad for everyone here. You're trying to get all of that battle to break through into the Bailey and then into the castle?
I mean, hypothetically.
Don't think I've ever seen it done before. Don't know what would happen.
I like the idea, but also we barely got out of that mess.
What if we kicked him off of the wall into the battle?
Oh yeah, knock him over.
How we here we actually have a large catapult. We put them in the bowl. We fling them out into the battlefield. It's quite horrific.
But your delivery was
especially
quite lovely.
That just a slice to the throat would get them there all the same. But it's quite theatrical. People really like it. It's a big spectacle.
No, but I mean, if he were to trip, unfortunately.
If we were to
Mostly
be
hovers,
invited,
he doesn't really trip.
if we were to be invited to the Queen, is this something that he would be invited to? Is he part of her elite guard, or if he's got wall duty, he doesn't sound too important.
No, many of us in the Bailey just, well, I've got my own motives, but a lot of people, their motive is just to stay in the Bailey where it's much nicer than the battlefield. They've kind of got their own independent thing going, and I do believe though that the Mind Flayer does communicate with the Queen when she comes down. He also does you could be in a lot of danger because I have heard him say that his favorite delicacy is living brains.
I have one of those.
Well, damn, that makes one of us.
And I have to imagine he hasn't had that in a while.
Okay, so...
I mean, if you could convince him to be an ally, he'd be a power. But as an enemy, a pretty formidable enemy, too.
We know of a pretty sick spot off the coast that he can take over.
Now, can he speak to flayers on the outside of this bubble?
Don't like that idea.
Aware of such a thing? I know that he's got very good control over his fears, as I do when he's outside of the Bailey, like if he's down into the well or like beyond the wall.
What about vices?
Vices?
Yeah.
Living brain.
Brains.
Just brains. Just brains?
Spinal fluid?
I have that too. I'd like to keep it.
Yeah, same. That I know I've got.
Yeah, just like aberrations, just conjured up brains are not nearly the same as actual living brains.
So we definitely stick with the Knuckle story. Dispatching Flayer would be optimal, but is potentially not viable if we are going to have to end up squaring against the Queen of the Damned. But also, by the sound of it, we could potentially get out of here without a fight at all. Potentially.
What is your goal ultimately? I'm hoping that you're on the same page with me. The goal will be to finally end this curse once and for
I want to know what Knuckle is doing. I want to know what she's doing with the children. I want to save the children. And I would absolutely like to bring that whole kill the lady and save the goddess into fruition if we possibly could.
We ultimately need to know what Knuckle got when he came here and what his plans are. So
everything else is just cherries.
Talking to the Queen or getting her to open up is probably our number one goal.
So charming her is the plan then.
Yeah.
Maybe after we charm the Flayer the old-fashioned way.
Which might sense something's off, though. Benny, your face is going to get stuck like that, darling. I just imagine, like, wiggling eyebrows, like,
Tabaxi has charm if you have...
if you have coin.
Well, when the living make it this far, everything is in flux. We could try to get more resistance members. We could try to keep it just us. We could do something off the wall bonkers if you think you can actually do it, if you've got the right spells to do it. Or if you feel like charming your way through is the best way to do it. I mean, apparently it worked for Knuckles, so it seems like it can be done. I don't know how far that gets you, but at least get you into the castle, maybe. That's a damn good start.
And we do have a charmer of our own, nodding toward Hunter. And I have to admit, the idea about opening the gates could come in handy at some point.
It's a plan B.
I'm putting that on the off-the-wall bonkers ideas.
It would be quite a distraction.
I mean, also, like, if the masses get bloodthirsty, it's, like, there's one queen, right? And, like, a bajillion people out here that are pissed off and bloodthirsty.
Let's seize the means of undead production.
Let's also remember, though, the last time we tried to, like, besiege an entire city and there was a mass army war going on, we ended up in jail and had to, like, do arson things. Well, Rain did the arson, really.
That's true, yeah.
But there was fire, and then we got super into trouble later on.
Right.
Not saying that it's going to be the same thing, but our track record is not stellar.
I think we should focus on getting an invitation.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
And if we want to have Hunter be our liaison 4 or 2 Knuckle, and Benny as our
Charmer.
Is there perhaps a tree in the Queen's Guard I could talk to?
Absolutely not.
No.
Oh, yo, my cousin told me about him. Don't let her in here.
Can you imagine that there was just a panning shot of like all these knights, and then one's just a tree that's like, get her.
We're close to forming at least the ballpark of the plan. You guys can kind of go over a bit more details. I will be in New York all of next weekend, so I need to finish the thing by like Thursday night. So if you all can just get back to me about any other thoughts you have about the plan within the next 3 days, that would be best. I call it a night here. I know people are sleepy, jobs. So.
All right.
I should also say I'm not going to be here next week because moving.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Benny vanishes, and we're like, what the?
I mean, then I guess we take next week maybe to try to do the Slayer part of the plan. I don't know. We can figure it out.
Okay. Let's regroup offline or online.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Good night. Bye.
Later. Bye.